this takeaway sandwich. Do you remember that time?
Yeah. What was the first game of the NBA, the new bubble? And my brother, he ordered, and I'm pretty sure when you see, my brother, he told me to ask you if you have a milk tea card, because he reckons that he'll be up there, because he's always delivered to our house out in Ranui. So, my brother Tama.
Whereabouts in Ranui?
Starling Place.
Oh, yes.
For Tama?
Tama,
Yeah, see?
Yeah, he's talking about regulars.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, and he's the first guy that got us into it. So I went into, we had a few beers, and I went into the house and I saw the Reuben sandwich. I mean, the sandwich.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, I've been telling this guy about it. And I took it out to him and I go, bro, you gotta try this sandwich, man. And he was like, because we was kind of with this American theme, NBA, the beers, we were gonna have a barbecue and that. And I gave him the sandwich, and this guy, because you're gonna hear him talk for the next 2 hours and that, I didn't hear a thing out of him because he was straight in there and he was like, bro, this is the best sandwich I've had. And this guy's been to a lot of places there, like to Hawaii and all the places in Samoa and that, and he's like, this is legit good, man.
Honestly, when I had it, just a burst of flavor straight away. And then I didn't even recognize the pisopon there.
Yeah.
With the cold beef,
With the sauerkraut. I knew it was sauerkraut, but when you said it was corned beef, I was like, what? Man, this goes. And I thought, man, I've never tasted that before in my life.
Yeah, because Americans use pastrami. We were like, we're not American, let's keep it home, So we just done our own corned beef, but we just peppered it up, so it's got that pastrami feel to it.
So anyway, just so you guys own the newest restaurant in town, out of the west, called Epic Eats.
Yep,
and
that's us.
And I think you guys have taken off. You guys have really taken off. After I had that Reuben sandwich, I just found it lovely, and then I did come down. I don't know if you guys might remember. I did come down one day to your restaurant, and it took me like half an hour to find it because it was like
You and every other customer.
Because where it was, it's like down this sort of like alleyway. It looks like an alleyway with like by the mechanic with all the cars in there. I was like, where the hell am I going? It's the right place. The GPS says it's here, and like. I found you guys, and you guys were at the back of the mechanics. What is that sort of place? Is that like another mechanics that you took over, made into a kitchen? Because you had it was like that, it felt like that. And then you had a tarpaulin. To have your dining area.
So it was actually a P-Lab. No. No, Tongan guy had it before us, and he did store the stuff for shipping to Tonga. It was like building materials and stuff. So we got in and we got it the day before the first lockdown, and we weren't supposed to do Epic Eats. It was like
just strictly catering.
We do film catering and functions, but we couldn't operate to level 2 or level 1. So we sat there and said, let's serve what people like on the film set, and let's bloody open the diner.
Yeah.
So there was a storage place for a Tongan guy, and then we just pulled up marquee and used what we had lying around and created our own diner in Henderson. It was that was part of it. We wanted to hide it away so when people actually ate the food and experienced the environment, I was like, wow, this is something else.
So what's like the general feedback from your satisfying customers that first time there at your place that see it like at the back of this dodgy place?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Everyone's just like, oh, Florida's gonna die down here or something, or maybe it's like someone's
gang members.
There's no gangsters down here.
Yeah, no, first impressions is like, well, the food was amazing, service was good, and it's just hard to find. But now that we're here, we'll spread the word.
Yeah, I think the main thing that everyone was saying was like a hidden gem. So I don't know if that one, hidden gem sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're saying it's like the places where you go overseas, and they say the best places are the ones that are hidden or tucked out of like nowhere where you wouldn't expect there to be like food or good food anyway. So yeah, I'm like, just ticks everyone's boxes, and it's cool like hearing everyone's feedback. So I was like, I didn't think of that. Thanks,
I guess that's the appeal of it is because, it's not all all flashy lights and the big, because when you've got all the big signage and all that, and you get there and you go, oh, this place is build-ups. But people are going to appreciate it more because they've made an effort to come, and they'll just keep coming back. And I know that's because I know Tama, when he started bringing them, like he started ordering them. And we were like, I was like, where are you getting these from? And like, he wouldn't say it. Like, he was like, it's somewhere in Henderson. I tried to go find it, but I couldn't find it. So I'm just going to stick to menu log on this,
Nice.
And so that's why you just keep going. So that's why we probably haven't come down this, because like, no, actually, we'll just sit here, and because it's good sitting at home and eating that food. So him and my dad, I know it's funny because when I get home and I see the brown card, with that thing's coming, and I'm like, yes. This guy, what a story guy, So I know now, I was like, it must be, if it's not, it's not during the day when he's making the orders, it's, when it's a shout for dinner. But man, it's just, every time I've recommended it to someone, like they're like, are you sure, man? Because that's a big, you're pushing your advertising quite a bit. But I know everyone that I've told is like they've had come back with the same stuff, the same like responses. Like, your food is legit. What's the origins of it? Have you always been into kind of? Because I like the term diner, because when you say restaurant, it's kind of like everyone else. But when you say diner, that's the kind of feel you get from, because it's like American burgers and ribs and chicken wings and that kind of stuff.
Going back to the Reuben Sammy, it's like, for us, we wanted to find a good Reuben Sammy in New Zealand.
Oh, we couldn't find one.
There was a place out in Mission Bay, we went there, it was close,
and there was all the price too, and I was like, oh yeah,
let's go make our own, and make our price that people can afford. And
so you done a bit of traveling because you said you came to find a Reuben Sammy. Where had you tried it before? Because I don't. I've seen it online.
And then
we created it ourselves at work, and we really enjoyed it.
Tried it, and we were just like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've been down to Napier, Rotorua, Norway,
And so, do you know if these are the only place in Auckland that have
there's a
Reuben Sammy?
There's a couple of places, but they're way overpriced.
Bread and like
it's all in town
for
a sandwich.
That's just out of it, especially like, how you said that because of COVID, you had to kind of change direction because it was intentionally supposed to be for catering and all that. How long have you been in the catering game?
7 to 8 years.
Yeah.
And how did that start?
So I started off at Scarcity and then worked my way up. And when I got up to to being one of the big boys up there, I was like, stuff this somehow, Went into some film catering for one of my bosses called Big Benefit, which I have respect for. And then I learned the ropes and just told her, let's start something for our kids' future.
Yeah, it was funny because at first
the islanders do it for us.
We were trying to get on our feet and just trying to figure out what we wanted to do. So we, I don't know how many businesses we started in 1 year, and they all failed. But we're just like, because we went through a phase of trying to take over whether we liked them or not. The night markets of Bangor Boys, so they did like gourmet
sausages,
hot
dogs,
American hot dogs, and it was like hard trying to sell them when we were, was it Fritz? At the time?
Wieners.
I was like, come to us, guys, and then we didn't know what we were doing, and I was like, this isn't working, and then trying to take over RSA restaurants and stuff, and put our applications in, we were getting nowhere. It was like, we need to go back to like the drawing boards. What do we know? Film industry. Okay, we'll try to get our foot back into the film industry, get the catering done and through there. And one of our friends, Kelly Adams, I know she's married now. But she worked for Māori TV, and she got us pretty much our first job and got our foot into the door. And then it was from there because he already established his name, but they didn't realize that he had started his own thing because everyone kept requesting for him, and then they're just like, oh, he doesn't work here anymore. And then they found us, and it was like, yes, and then it just rolled from there. Yeah.
Oh, man.
And then pretty much the food spoke for itself. So when we started doing all the functions, it was just word of mouth really that was just going through, and we're just getting a whole lot of inquiries for
like it's funny. When we first started, and then we got some private functions in-house catering, and then these Caucasians will be like, oh, can we talk to the owners? I said, yeah, we're the owners. And there's no.
It was like the whole handshake, and then it was like so you're Victor and you're Svania, and I was like, yeah. And then he was like,
fruit, and that was the best we've had. That was, that's us.
Yeah.
So no, seriously.
Yeah, like I actually want to talk to your bosses and like thank them myself, and it's like, we that's us. And then, yeah.
How did that feel though for you, for this?
I didn't care.
That's just like being ignorant, eh?
Yeah.
That's them not knowing.
Sorry, we're.
Yeah.
You know, of course.
Oh,
of course.
sweet.
Yeah.
No, just told them to eat a dick.
Yeah.
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 At least, we got the money off them, so, it
was like
no worries to us.
expected, but not expected.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know, growing up like that, when you're used to it.
Yeah, true that.
But then still, it was just like.
So we started with basically nothing, and our idea was, in order to get money, let's just do all our jobs prepaid. Everyone just pays before
the jobs, and then we've got the money to get the ingredients.
That's how we started, that's how we survived, and
just built our way out.
We keep doing that till this day, so it's the same principle. If you're going to go to Macca's or Valentine's, you pay before you eat, right?
Yeah.
So we tell that to our clients, but they don't mind.
Easier because we do everything. I think we're the only company that I know where we do like all the paperwork, we do the cooking, we do the serving, we do the deliveries, we do the dishes. Like we do our own cleaning, we do like everything, like ourselves and plus our team, which is all family. Yeah. My sister over there as well. Yeah.
Do you know if is the catering is that the biggest? So Epic Eats is the diner. Is that just something is that a side gig, or is that something that you want to focus on, or is the catering the part that you really
catering brings in the cash?
Okay.
Epic Eats is something we love doing, and so it's like our passion. That's why the prices is what it is. We'll probably won't make a profit from it.
Family friendly as well.
Yeah.
Like, there's hardly any restaurants we can go to where they're all about the kids as well, because we've got 5 boys ourselves. And we've got 3 of the older ones that are in the kitchen helping us. So we've got our 9 and our 10-year-old in front of house, like helping the diners. And they're just like, hi guys, how's your day? Thanks for coming in. Here's your water, here's your glasses. I'm like, shut up.
Yeah, we've got no kids menus, but when we do see a family bring the kids in, we're like, because we've got the combos and we'll just chuck in like 3 fries or something, just to accommodate for that.
And we've got our lolly jar.
Yeah, well, that's always going to guarantee to work those. So you said you've got 5 boys?
Yeah.
So is those the boys that come? So do you do the deliveries as well, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember I was reversing out one day, and I think you must have pulled up to do a delivery, and I think it might have been one of the eldest boys, because I was like,
Chubby boy?
Yeah. I said to him,
is our eldest son, yeah?
Yeah, I said, bro, you alright? And he goes, I'm just dropping off for time. And then I saw the bag, I went, just drop it off the front door, bro, get on, Is it awesome to have your boys all in taking part or just helping out with the business?
Yeah, no, it's really good. At least we know where they are.
Yeah. But they can see, what we do and then what they want as options growing up. There's already a few of them that are just like, we want to take over the business.
Oh.
I was like, sweet, but just make sure that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
We had our 9-year-old that was like keen for the last 4 years since he was 5, and then now he's like, no, I'm good. I want to go do the army and like do his own thing, which is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just cool because then they can see the whole just having those skills in future if they do want it.
When they do get stuff, it's
like
sweat that's
Yeah.
It's just teaching them to work for things, really, like things that come for free. Got to work for it. Yeah.
When you guys started with the catering, how were you getting up there? Like, how were you getting people to do the prepaid thing?
It was basically word of mouth, and then once we'll confirm the job, then we'll send them an invoice
in the emails, and say
this is how we work.
Yeah.
If you want to roll with us, we're glad to go ahead. If not, then sweet as no losses here.
And just explaining to them as well that it makes it easier for us, so that if we get the paperwork out of the way, then we can concentrate on their food in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then that way we don't have to deal with it.
So it's not hanging over, are they going to pay? Are they going to be happy?
We've had a few.
Yeah.
We've had a few where we're like, gave them the benefit of the doubt, and we're like, sweet as you can pay after, and we've had a few that didn't pay the rest of it. Like they were talking about grants, and it was like, okay, well, let's not do that again.
Lesson learned,
Yeah.
Where did the inspiration for your menu come from? Like, because I remember when I first had the Reuben sandwich, I thought straight away, this is a new taste for me. I never tasted something like this before, And you're saying that Reuben's been all over. I never heard of the name Reuben's before, so it's good that you guys brought it to us. Brought it to put in our own food in there, like with the corned beef in there. That's pretty cool. But then I came over to you guys' place, and I bring
your brother,
the two kids.
They're your sons?
Oh, they're sons from my missus.
Oh,
and man, I love the waffles and ice cream.
Oh yes.
That was beautiful. But again, that I don't think I ever tasted anything like that in New Zealand. And so where did all that come from? The style of your food, and because it's American influence, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's mixed. We've got Asian in the menu. We've got Indian. We've got our own island flavors in there, but it's just stuff that we've thought of, come up with, and it worked. So, and we've served on film sets, and they've loved it. Like, because we've had ribs all over. We don't really like eating out, because of prices of things, and you're not satisfied afterwards. So we're like, why don't we smoke the ribs and then sauce them up and finish them in the oven? I've never seen that done. And that the ribs came about, and the ribs is one of the top sellers.
So the idea was more with that 4-week lockdown.
Oh, yeah.
And then figuring, if Macca's and all them were going to open, maybe we should go do the same thing. And then we're trying to figure out menus from there. And it was like, American diners, there's not much in New Zealand, and then try infuse our Kiwi twist into it with the ingredients and stuff.
I was shopping for just a small job during that lockdown, and the idea of chicken and waffles popped in my head. So I asked one of my chefs, what's your thoughts on it? So it sounds good, it's big in America, South America, or the southern towns. And then I asked her, she was like, ooh, yuck.
Yeah, straight out. I was like, ugh.
That's, that's what I think. Because you see all those American films, the black films, waffles and chicken.
Chicken and waffles.
How does that make any sense, It's like when I see, this is just me, when I see bacon and banana on pancakes. To me, like, my brain is like, that's bacon. Bacon goes in a burger, banana. Oh, yeah.
Until you try it out.
Yeah.
It's like,
I started trying it because I'm stubborn like that.
Yeah.
Just like waffles and chicken, I'm like, the waffles are sweet.
I was the same, the chicken is savoury. And I was telling this guy, and I was like, how on earth are we doing that? Like, just straight off the bat, I was just like, yuck. I mean, do it because it's going to be popular, because people are going to want to know what it tastes like.
Yeah, that's right.
So we'll chuck it on the menu, but me, thanks.
Then we done the tasting, and she was the first
and I was just like, I just dropped the knife and fork in, and I was like, it goes, what the hell? Like, mind blown. I was like, this is not supposed to go together, but it's so good, so good.
Yeah.
I think the difference of us is we just to finish it all off, just add that butter in there, and just honey mustard sauce, just to bring it all together.
I think that's what made it,
The Americans just do the straight chicken and waffles.
Yeah.
But we just wanted to add that butter on the chicken and the waffles. Then finish it
and
off
that honey
with
mustard,
sauce,
It's weird, but it's nice,
Well, if you ever need anyone to, just to come and test or anything that...
We've got a new burger coming out tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll let me know. I'll be down there to test it out.
We put out a burger challenge, and...
I saw that.
Yeah, congratulations to Matthew Young, or Matt Young. He came up with the Funkin'
Oath burger.
Funkin' Oath burger. Because our ribs are good, funkin' good ribs.
Yeah.
Funkin.
Yeah.
And so the burger consists of the brioche bun, aioli, rocket, barbecue chips, and meat from
our ribs.
So, and then he wanted to combine the barbecue sauce and a little bit of chili of the buffaloes. Yeah. And so that's his burger he's come up with. So we're going to put it on the menu tomorrow.
What was the feedback with that competition? How many different people?
We had people calling in, texting, and so we had about 25 people put up their thoughts.
Yeah.
But I think this one was the one that won us both.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny.
It was the first one.
He was the first one to comment it straight out. I was like, he's a winner because that sounds really good.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, we gotta hold on. Wait for the wait till everyone gets there again. The answers in and stuff. And I was like, nah, I'm still stuck with this one.
Man, that's awesome. So, is it going to be a permanent fixture on the menu, or?
It's just for summer.
Yeah.
Because we're closed from maybe the 21st until January 20th. So yeah, probably gonna leave it on the menu till March,
Yeah.
and then probably do another challenge.
Well, my heart just sunk when you said, I'm going to probably till the 5th of January, and you said 24th. At least I know for the first 20 days, my New Year's resolution
It's gonna work out.
will be alright. But then as soon as I see you turn that sign, I'm like, 20 days is enough, to last until then.
Yeah, it's just our time to have with our kids.
Yeah, of course. I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this has been a pretty, like, this is the first ever year like this, you can't really, 2020, when you reflect back, the older we get, we're going to go, we're going to compare before COVID and after COVID, What's it been like especially with having five boys, and you've been stuck in the house you would have been at the diner and that. What was that like for you, just having the boys home and coping with that during the COVID as well?
It was actually pretty good, because they weren't at school, and normally they'll be at school and we'll take off to work. So it was good having that time. It's nothing, there wasn't any animosity, I think, between me and her. But yeah, other than that,
pretty chill for kids. Kids are pretty chill.
Because we loved it, because we've got a dog, and he pretty much gives us the cold shoulder when we get home, because we've left him home all day.
Oh, okay.
So it was
Go
good
pet him and he's like...
just be sleeping, and he's right there sleeping, or he'll jump onto the bed and then she'll kick him off. But yeah, no, it was really good, just to have that break after years and years of working.
Yeah, because I know chefing, we've had a few chefs on. We had our friend Charles Bergen. He was he's been away with Cirque du Soleil.
Oh yeah.
So he was doing the catering for them.
Oh,
and
sweet.
He had to come back because of COVID, and he'd been all over the world. He'd shared with us his time in Japan and over in Europe, and we went recently to a ramen restaurant, because I'd never had ramen before. And then
where?
Newmarket.
Newmarket.
Yeah, so this guy done everyone recommends this place, and we went with Charles because we wanted, he's had ramen in Japan, so he knows
where the good ramen places are.
So he could give us good,
Newmarket.
yeah, he could give us good feedback whether it was, up to like the Japanese standards and that. And he said it was good, eh?
It was good,
Yeah, and we had it, and like it's funny because us typical islanders, I think like a bowl of ramen, it's just noodles.
I'm gonna get full of that.
Just noodles. So I ended up we ended up ordering little sides,
Yeah.
like dumplings and that. And after I had the ramen, I was like, because it's the broth thing. It's
the broth.
and like people say, because you watch all the food channel, you watch YouTube, and they go, the secret is the broth. Like, broth can't be that good. And then when you have it, like, this is what they mean when there's like layers to flavors in there. Yeah. And I went, this is the typical fish in me. Like, so we had all the spoon left over.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't, because if my mum saw me not finish my meal, I'm gonna get I'll get a beat down.
Well, I ordered the pork ramen, and and just the first sip of that broth, it was like I was drinking the pork. It was that much of a flavor. It was like real strong and real. Beautiful, and I actually went back the next day.
I didn't even tell me. I'm not sad guy.
I'm finding out now.
Yeah.
Well, we get people coming in to do the stories at Epic Eats as well. It's like, where's the wife and the kids?
Even the deliveries.
Yeah.
Like, you just text me at the top of the drive. I'm trying to do a story for my sister. Yeah, all good.
It's good that like, man, that episode we had with Charles. Like, I spoke about like out west. Like, my opinion is there's not much variety of food out west.
Yeah.
There's only McDonald's and all that.
Same old.
Yeah.
So your place, Epic Eats, that's like a sort of like a like something.
Well, it's set a standard now.
Yeah.
Like, because it's quality. Everything else is just
quality.
like the cookie cutter business, like Carl's Jr. I mean, no disrespect to them, but there's a Carl's Jr. everywhere. There's KFC everywhere in that. But I think you guys, it's kind of funny because there's that Mexican place at the concourse. They kind of like the.
I've heard about that.
Yeah, they're like used like on Metro Mag and all them. They're the hidden. They had the same term for them, like the hidden gem. It's a hidden gem, and it seems like you guys are the same as well, but you're on the other end of the
side.
So it's cool to have these kind of places out west because we don't
we don't
have any places like that.
Yeah, but before I came to you guys, like, man, I was going to Central for good food, you know?
Yeah.
Like, as far from Mount Albert onwards, you know?
Yeah,
it's
I was
like,
going to say, it's like us, we go Mount Albert too.
Yeah. Well, so why west though for your business? Was that always?
We're Westies, yeah.
And my wife can't get up on time, so
Really close to home.
Yeah. So are you born and bred out west, or are you?
Yeah.
Oh, so whereabouts west?
started Gleneden for me, went to Henderson, then West Harbour, then back to Henderson, then back to Massey.
So all your schooling out here for both of you?
Yeah. He went Liston, I went Massey.
Best school.
LST, brother. LST all the way, man. That's the school of champions.
Yeah.
That's why you're being so good, man.
Yeah.
We've got there's another chef that's out of that's from Liston as well. What's it? Something Lambert. And he'd just come back from New York, so he came back to open some restaurant down in Queenstown and that. So.
Oh, sweet.
Oh,
sweet. Our son goes to Liston, the Fat Boy. We call him Fat Boy. PHAT.
Yeah.
So he's just came back from camp. We haven't had him at work last week, so I was like, no.
Man, that's. And yourself, so are you Massey as well?
Yeah.
Massey High?
Massey High. Grew up in West Harbour, moved to Ross School when I finished school, and then moved back out west.
Yeah.
Back to Massey, yeah.
Well, that's the cool thing about you guys, like, you guys come back to West. Because a lot of people, when they kind of, like, if they're starting to do a business, they try and go somewhere else. Because West Auckland isn't, you don't think of West Auckland as a place of fine dining or good quality eats, you know?
We
So
thought about
Central,
Central for like 1 second, and I was like, no.
I was like, because then
We've
you
got
know,
a
have
place,
more
let's
people
use
and-
it, you know?
Yeah.
Catering
pretty much.
and each, in the one place.
yeah.
That's why the marquee's good. It's just, if we
Or
need
just
to
divide it up
readjust,
the kitchen, yeah.
add another marquee, or just
We've
pull
got
the
massive
marquee down.
catering jobs on, we just pull the marquee down and we've got that space back again to smash out the jobs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so that space was originally just for catering?
Catering,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I understand. Oh, cool.
Yeah, because then, like we said, we wouldn't have been able to work until like level 2, level 1, so we're just like, oh, screw it, Macca's on level up there, just do a quick menu and see how it goes, and
Yeah, it's funny, going back to people trying to find us, we've got a big sign that says Epic Eats down the driveway. No one sees it there.
Yeah.
So that was $1,000 wasted.
Oh,
We
Yeah.
had
Plus,
lights going down.
yeah.
Someone jumped the fence and
Took
stole
all our
all our
lights.
lights. So I was like, no, I'm not spending any money on that.
yeah, it's like a part of
That's
the...
what's talking.
yeah, exactly. It's like we were just like, not surprised.
I was gonna go. Oh, yeah.
So if you watch our,
Like, it is what it is.
Yeah,
we're
that's
looking
right.
at releasing our TV series next year.
Yeah. Oh,
It's on pause at this stage. So we got approached from a good friend of mine, Stallone, which done through Wise Cousins.
yeah.
Pay,
Yeah.
and him and his sister,
And
Abba Rose,
Yeah.
Dina, approached us and said, we're not wanting to do a movie this year. Can we do a TV series on you guys? Because you've done heaps of catering for us and we love your food. I said, sweet, yeah, let's do it. So then we shot a pilot, and then that was during the third lockdown. And it was just how we started and stuff. And so then that third lockdown really hit us bad financially. So we had to let go of some staff. So that's why we've paused the pilot or the TV program for now until we probably next year when we're back on our feet again, because it's just trying to get things back to normal.
yeah, because I wasn't in the right headspace as well. We just lost our nana during that level 3 as well. It was pretty shit, to be honest. I mean, like 10 people, 9 of us, because including the minister as well. So so it was different because of the restrictions and everything, and having to go through the funeral process like that, and then we had to shoot straight after, and it was just like, sorry guys, like my mind's just not even in it. But then I tried and was like, okay, step out of it.
No, that's so understandable though. Especially, like you probably would have had family that would have won, overseas that would have came in, and that was the hard bit for me to swallow. Was like, I was like, I was hoping. Well, it sounds pretty sad, but I was hoping I wasn't going to lose someone close to me because my brother stays over in Australia with his kids.
Yeah.
You know, those are my dad's grandkids. So for them not to be able to make it, and how do you choose? You know, how do you choose the people that are going to be there?
Yeah.
You know, even though you've got all the they'll say they can stream and all that. It's not the same. You know, that's not the you've got to have family there to you know, to comfort you.
Especially with how us Islanders roll and we all come together. And it was really hard, and because she was massive in the church as well, and we had to limit everything.
Yeah. That must have been tough, especially when you were saying that you had to lay some stuff off as well.
Yeah, so 2 staff we've laid off, but we've kept the staff that we've got now. So it's just been just having enough to pay the rent, and because when that second lockdown 3 happened, it didn't just affect us; it affected
a lot of our customers.
Because we'll see them out and about.
We haven't seen you guys in a while,
but we just can't afford it. We'll always be there.
It was sad. We didn't realise how many of them were actually laid off from their jobs from that second lockdown, and I was like, that sucks. And we're just really lucky that we're still able to push on through with Epic Eats. Yeah.
You know, if the how you were doing the recording in that, what was it like just having cameras? So they would have been there basically nearly, not 24 hours, but during
cooking. It was a week straight just for one episode.
This guy's used to it. I was just like, help me, I don't know how to be. In my head, I was like, you got this. And it's like, no, I don't. I'm nervous, really nervous.
Yeah. Did you get to the point, I was going to say, keeping up with the Kardashians, but it just get to the point where they're not there? Were you getting to that point?
Oh, for me, it's always been like that.
Yeah.
It's just a normal day. This guy's got the camera faced at me.
Yeah. So have you kind of done something similar to that, or?
Yeah. I've done a few ads here and there, and some acting roles.
Oh.
But I've just done so much in my life, but this is what we've come to.
Yeah. Man, that's awesome. Well, you got a good start when you went to Liston. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what laid the foundation for that.
And we're catering for Liston this Friday for their staff.
Their staff party,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
For all their functions.
Yeah. So you're gonna spike his drink?
Yeah, have to. He doesn't drink anymore.
What?
Yeah.
What kind of Irishman is he, didn't he?
I grew up knowing him drinking a lot because I was the first Islander to represent the students in the Board of Trustees, to be the student rep.
Yeah.
So every meeting we'll have for the Board of Trustees, he'll have a beer in his hand. But to find out he doesn't drink anymore, I was like, oh geez, what's happened? He's getting older, right?
Cameron, he's from over the other side of the river. The one that, it's like the grass is all
Rutherford.
the other side of Rafka.
Kings of Rafka.
We all know that's not true.
I'll just put it down to the Rafka Shield, eh?
Yeah, that's right. I don't think I think we've had it for the last.
We wanted the chef.
Yeah. So I was saying, when did we lose it last though? I mean, I can't remember.
I remember. Probably
it's been that long. It's been that long ago. Karen might have been at school then, and it's.
Did they have a Rafka Shield?
No, we didn't have a shield then. We just had a photo that we beat using. That's. That's too long. Let's not talk about that.
We meet at the train station.
So Victor, you love for cooking, did they come after school? Or straight after school? Did you go into chef school or something? Or straight into hospitality?
Yeah, I went to chef school. I actually did, I got my Bachelor in Commerce first. Then I went and did a sound audio degree. And then did some stuff with the police. And then I went to chef school and went to Sky City. And that's...
How this isn't drinking. How old are you, bro?
We're both 34, 9 days apart. Yeah.
Wait, and so you've done, so what you've done, you got a BCom?
BCom and I forgot what they call it. A Bachelor in Audio Engineering.
Yeah. And then you went and done that?
Yeah. And then I went to chef school and worked my way. The only way I got where I was with Sky City is I just worked the extra hours that I didn't get paid for, and just did the fun jobs that no one wanted to do. and just impressed, the directors of the kitchen. And so probably within the second year I got to move up into the ranks, and by the fourth year I was one of the executive chefs up there, and yeah, took off from there.
I'm just impressed at your resume, your academic resume, bro. Like, man,
why are you surprised? What are you trying to say?
Having Samoan parents, you get pushed to do, to go straight into uni, so that's where that came from.
Yeah.
And I didn't really, once I got my degree, I didn't want to do what I got my degree for, and wanted to get into sound. So that's how we met. I had a island all-metal band, and if you know Shepherd's Brain, Fili Va'a actually started with our band Rain of Mercy. I recruited him in, and then we had a falling out because he wanted something else and we didn't. And so he went off and started a few other bands.
Yeah.
And so she became our drummer for Rain of Mercy.
Who's Rain of Mercy? Is that the one with Raymond Paul?
Yeah.
That's one of that's one of the. Oh, well, I know him well. Yeah. Because his oldest brother, Nick, is tight with my older brother.
Oh, sweet.
So they both went to listen together. So, Race. No, I know Ray really well.
Yeah.
I know the boys really well. They're Rafka Road OGs as well.
Rafka.
Yeah. But shout out to Ray. I hope he's well.
Yeah. No, he's looking better. He just got a haircut last Thursday.
Yeah.
From brother, which is a barber as well.
Every time I see him, he's having a beer of Yate and Nick and Dwayne.
Dwayne,
yeah. So
Dwayne always orders from us.
Oh yeah. Oh. Well, all the way out to Tiara too, right?
He'll come and pick it up, or his wife.
Oh yeah. No, so Dwayne, Nick, and my brother, they're all the same year. And listen, so they're all boys.
And there was a white boy that was with them.
Nick Smart.
Yes,
the tall Balangi guy.
Which is with Frey's cousin.
Yeah. So that's
Nessa,
man, that's how we do it. Listen, man. Keep it tight.
Boys.
But so Rain of Mercy, so you're the drummer.
Yeah.
Had you always been into music?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I was buzzing out because the same year that he studied at, was it SAE? Sardine Engineering?
Yeah.
Whatever it's called.
And Parnell.
Yeah, I was going to go there, but I ended up going to Maine, so Music Audio Institute of New Zealand. And then we would have met earlier then otherwise.
So you
I just went through that way,
took a scenic route to get to each other,
Yeah.
Nice.
And then I studied with his brother at Unitec, so I did an art degree. I'm not doing anything with it now. But his brother came up to me and he was just like, oh, do you know any drummers? Because he knew the music I was into. And then I was like, I drum, bro. And he was like, what? Nah. I was like, no, actuals. And he was like, oh yeah, I'm also looking for a drummer. Do you want to give it a go? I was like, yeah, man, why not? And then went and audition for these guys, and
Then she fell in love with me and you.
Oh, play the beat to your heart. Oh man, that's awesome. Because I used to see Ray's. Ray used to always post up Ray and Missy, and I used to crack. I was like, man, this is Samoan metal band, And but then I was like, well, there's only one area you could get it. That's Westies, man, because that's us to the black shirt and the the ripped jeans. When everyone thinks of Westies, you think of
the Bogans.
The Bogans. You think of the series. That's not far. We laugh at it because of course that is a part of us, but. We kind of not buy in, but that's kind of literally so into us, that kind of music anyway. So
like growing up with it, especially at Massey as well, because even all the Island Boys were jamming System of a Down, Metallica, and guitars, what they were learning in music.
Yeah.
But I was buzzing out when I met these guys. I was like, wait, you guys are Islanders and you know all the bands that I know. You guys are the first ever. I'm always the odd one out of my group. I was just stoked. I was like, I've always had the odd Māori here and there, but I've never ever met any other Islanders.
Yeah.
And I was so excited. And I was just like, I can't believe I've got these people like me. Yes, part of my crew.
Well, that's our boys, Danny and this guy, we're Rage Against the Machine, but the earlier stuff, and then System of a Down. I never listened to them until this. Would have a drink and we're listening to all the reminiscence and R&B, and then this guy Danny go, yep, let's change it up. I'm like.
For me, when it comes to the heavy metal sound, for me it was when it was Rage Against the Machine, because first time I heard rap and the guitar, and them and in the way Korn, when
Yeah.
Korn first came out with Blind.
Yeah.
And it was just like a hip hop sort of. You can
it's got that.
hear it. You
Yeah.
can just hear it in the background, but it's it's real like heavy metal. But even that bit at the end of the song, Blind, when they do the guitar bit,
Yeah.
the bass bit, it's like a Cypress Hill kind of
So
jam.
that
It's
feels,
like,
that's why it's like easy to transition, especially when
That's
Linkin
right,
Park
that's
came
right.
out as well.
Yeah.
Linkin Park
And
as
Limp
well.
Bizkit, they all had that rap. Was it
Yeah.
new metal with the rap metal?
New metal. It was
Yeah,
new
new metal,
Even with Incubus, because they had
Ah, yes.
the turntable as well.
Yeah.
Turntable in the music too.
I can't forget Blind Spot. Gotta check Blind Spot in there.
Yeah, well, see, that's Whiskies as well. You know, but you know when you said Limp Bizkit, why do you think Limp Bizkit gets such a like? They kind of get a like if you say Limp Bizkit, it's kind of like when people say, "What's that that band that everyone seems to make fun of?"
Nickelback.
Nickelback. You know what I mean? People kind of get a bad,
Yeah.
they get a bad rap, but. Let's be honest, we all were singing the songs when they were out, you know?
Yeah.
Them and Creed.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, Creed's another one. Like, if you say, oh, yeah, Creed, like, people kind of roll their eyes. Why is that? Do you think it's just kind of like people.
It's a stereotype.
That's what I say.
One person starts prep and then
That's
people
it.
just follow through.
That's what I think. Because, they kind of, they diss Limp Bizkit and Creed in that, but.
They're one of the first.
But we all low-key like them.
Exactly.
We all low-key like we play their songs.
Can I check your iPad or your iPhone? And you go for either there. See, we've all got the song on there.
I remember those t-shirts that came out. Even God hates Creed.
Yeah.
It's like fun.
But I remember Creed, man. When it came out, I was like, man, I'm feeling this thing. And then I kind of, not kind of fell into it, but then everyone kind of said they're not hard enough.
Well,
what
they weren't
was
hard
that?
enough.
Yeah.
And then it was
hard
like,
enough to be.
just hold that back there.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to have to listen to it in my room. And or in the car and have the windows up, Yeah, it's...
Yeah, I think that when that music comes into our world, and we start listening to it, I think there's for me, I remember like it's different in terms of the content, what they sing about.
Yeah.
R&B and hip hop is always about the same thing. R&B is about loving and girlfriends breaking up and all that stuff. But then sometimes you have other different emotions too. Like they call it angry music, but everyone gets angry. Everyone gets frustrated. Like sometimes you hear the words and man, I felt like that before.
Can relate to that, like Papa Roach can relate to this.
Exactly. Yeah,
that's why I like the mosh pits as well, because it just got rid of like pent up energy, and everyone's like, oh, it's so violent. And I was like, but it's not. Like, it's weird. Because I've been to like both legs and all that, and you get stepped out, or people are just like, oh, what are you looking at? Or like, don't hit me. And in the mosh pits, I had one of my boys like accidentally hit another guy. And I think these two guys, he was in between two guys, and they kept whacking him in the face. So he just got up and just went bam, bam, and then he went like that, and they just turned around and they're like, yeah! And he was like,
yeah.
you guys are crazy, man.
It's funny when you talk about, R&B, like Bone Thugs and all that, it's kind of like an attitude, like, if you go to those hip-hop or rap concerts, you've got to act like, you've got to have that
hard
persona.
and stuff, yeah.
But, heavy, like, when you talk about metal and that, metal's more like just like a feeling kind of thing,
Yeah.
You don't actually take on the lifestyle.
Yeah.
And they don't talk about going to beat people up. You're like, that's, you know what I mean? That's a bad stereotype to have, because, it's funny when you feel safer at a metal concert than a hip-hop concert, that's...
But actually, because you went to Bruno Mars, I can't remember, there was another concert you went to, but I was saying in comparison to the mosh pits, if someone falls, it's like an automatic thing for us to just quickly spread and get that person up.
Yeah.
That was Daydreams.
Or daydreams, like some people were falling and no one was helping them up.
No.
Yeah. And I was like, that's not right. That's like not mosh pit etiquette. That's not what you do.
Yeah.
But then you see the differences,
I remember I was at Big Day Out, one of the Big Day Outs, and System of a Down was there. And someone collapsed. Someone collapsed in the crowd. And they stopped the song.
Yeah.
We did. And they said, oh, there was an American accent, can paramedics come and grab that guy?
Yeah, not starting until this
Yeah, we're not starting until
it
takes that guy out. Then he starts playing Sultans of Swing.
Yes, I was there.
Read it?
Yeah, and that's why I got into that song. It was because he did it,
lives in New Zealand.
Yeah, the lead singer, right?
Oh,
yeah, he's done a few things with the New Zealand Symphony.
Yeah, and
Nice.
I forgot his name from Blind Spot. He runs a trust called Presento, the guitarist Marcus. Yes, so he's been working with him as well. Yeah, So yeah, no, it's been good. You know, he's really New Zealand vibes,
Yeah.
and that's it. You know, New Zealand's got a culture, and if we just respect the culture, you know, it'll be sweet. We've got a different culture to everyone, you know, else.
Yeah, that's what it's funny when you say like we have, because that's probably why, like I know this is a bit off track, but you know when they were talking about all the New Zealand market, like the housing markets, it's because everyone's coming back home, or people are moving here because we've handled the COVID better than any other country or most countries in the world. So I kind of laugh because on the weekend there was those Pakistani cricket players that tested positive. And the show back that came out and he said like Pakistan's the best country in the world. And I thought, if COVID hit here, Pakistan would be the last country I'd think about going to, you know.
Yeah.
That's not the greatest country in the world. I'd get on a boat, I'd go to Samoa or Niue or
you might get the one negative, one positive.
Yeah, when I saw that, and only our Prime Minister could say something like that, And I was like, that's why I put up this meme. And it was like the Terminator, because you know the half face. They must have tested on the robot side because on this side is where he got positive because you know that's where he picked it up. You know, and I laughed because I was like,
I think he was watching Total Recall before he said.
Yeah, that's right. You know, but it's kind of funny because you know any other country, if a leader of the country said something like that, you'd be, you know. But you know when no one says it, we go, oh, this guy.
That's just
Hey, you know, well, that's the way it is, you know. Have you guys been back to the islands or?
It's funny because we bought a house there last year.
Yeah, last year.
Oh, whereabouts?
Vaitili.
Yeah.
Nice.
With my sister-in-law's dad, and we were supposed to start a car rental company there, and that was this year in March.
Yeah.
But then COVID hit, and so yeah, we wanted to do the first KFC in Samoa, but COVID hit, and no go ahead because I had 3 meetings planned with the Prime Minister. And you know, things just didn't go as planned. So yeah, we love Samoa. We went 5 times last year.
Man.
Yeah.
Casually.
Yeah.
Just jumped on and went. Yeah.
Thinking about it now.
It's like, you know, where'd you go with the weekend? I just went to Samoa.
And then went in December and we weren't expecting to do anything.
The day before we catered for a wedding. And they're like, oh, what are you up to tomorrow? And I was like, oh, just going to Samoa. I'm like, well, sorry, what?
Yeah,
we're jumping on a plane going to Samoa.
So they had the measles outbreak.
I was going to say that, the measles outbreak.
But it was good. And then all of a sudden, family wanted me to get a title over there. And so I agreed and we got the title.
So whereabouts are you from in Samoa?
Salangi. And
nice.
Yeah. And
for the surf,
yeah.
So did you go and show them some of your surf?
Moves, the whale. And Saliufi is where Dad's from.
Yeah.
Town, and Mum's other side is Satuia too and Savai.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Because this guy, he stayed. Because
my cousin has a resort there.
Oh yeah. Fila, yeah.
Do you know Fila?
I've heard the name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She's got a little resort there.
Oh, nice.
I went there because I actually lived there for 6 months.
Oh, wow.
I was working there as an architect.
Yeah.
So one of my jobs was to go around because in Samoa at that time, a company was contracted to the government funding that
church.
The government gave $100,000 to all the resorts around the island just to upgrade.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
So we had to go around to each resort and just
make sure
just check up some ideas and stuff.
Yeah, check out some ideas and stuff. And I went around Savai for a week to all the resorts to talk to the owners and stuff. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no, that's nice there.
But yeah, man, you're right, man. I love Samoa.
Yeah.
You know your idea about KFC over there. I always thought about it, like, you know what the prices with the McDonald's combos?
Crazy.
Yeah. I was wondering, man, if they ever get a KFC deal, it's gonna be like 100 baht for quarter pack. That's what I was thinking. I was like, man. So what was your idea?
No, it was.
Did you have the rights to?
I was going to get the rights.
Oh, okay.
Which cost a bit of money, but you know, at the end of the day, that can get sorted. But yeah, it was just to keep it low, but it was more for the tourists. But we can't do that anymore because you know what's the first thing tourists want to do? Have KFC in their country, outside of their country. And you know our people love KFC, so I just wanted to keep the prices where, you know, the staff. It wasn't for us; it was for this, you know, to build the economy. Staff can get paid, but you know, people can still afford it and don't have to break your pocket. So yeah, it was. We had a spot in Vaitile just outside Farmer Joe, just across the road.
Yeah.
Where they normally play rugby and touch in that little. And I got in contact with the landowner there, and so things were looking good, but then COVID happened. Yeah.
You know, so with the car rental place, how are you were you just gonna buy the vehicles over there, or were you just gonna get them here, shift them over in containers, or?
Yeah, buy them here.
Yeah.
And Japan.
Japan.
And just freight them over, because it's such a rip-off in Samoa to buy a car.
Yeah.
You know the Indians there? Worse than the Indians here? Yeah. Cars are just way overpriced.
Yeah.
You get like a bomb for like $8,000. Samoa like $5,000 here.
My dad got done.
Mm.
He witnesses this, but he someone quoted him this car, and I think it was $15,000.
Mm.
And the car's still working in there, but I mean, when I saw it, I went, man, you know, Dad, that's pretty. But you know, you don't tell your dad how to. You know, if it's his money, he can do whatever he wants. But you know, you want to give him hey, nudge, hey, you know, it's a bit steep. But you know, when I saw that, I realized, flip, man. Even the car rental places, they're pretty steep there, you know. So is that where you just got the idea, or was it just too gonka over there? Just
yeah, I think the idea was the tourist, you know.
Yeah.
Bring some money into Samoa, but at the same time look after the tourist and just keep the prices low, you know. Doesn't have to be premium cars.
Yeah.
But cars that are comfortable and, you know, that are sustainable, that we don't have to be there to look after.
When I was there 3 years ago, when I was working, there was a lot of work. Building, a lot of buildings were going up. Okay, but most of them were done by the Chinese, and when they're there, they do everything, you know. But now for us, when I was working, we were real busy, and I thought, man, you know, Samoa's pretty, it's coming up there, you know.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of business happening.
Yeah, no, just when you get into the airport and smell that Samoan air.
Yeah. I threw the door opens, eh?
Yeah.
And like, besides the smell, that heat, man.
The aircon trying to work, it can't.
Yeah.
It's home. It's the same as Niue, because this guy was like super excited. He was like, yeah, you get to like walk off the plane, and then we didn't. We went straight to the airport, and he was like, what the hell? When did this all happen?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, it's the same with Niue. Like you still have to step off the plane to walk into the airport.
Yeah. So you've been back to Niue?
No.
No, I've taken him yet. We've been. When the last time we were at 2010 with
11.
all of Mum's side.
9, end of 2009.
Yeah, end of 2009 over to 2010, and then went with my dad's side 2014. Last time.
But you know, brand new Samsung, stolen.
I gifted it to the owner.
I was like, I'm going to go over there and find it.
What's the you know, because you've been to both, you know, Samoa and Niue. What similarities do they have? Do you find, as in the country, and that you know when you go there?
The hospitality.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people are like really nice. Niue in comparison to Samoa, I was buzzing out of Samoa that there's like dairies everywhere or like shops. There's nothing in Niue.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing. We've only got like a little township and one supermarket, 2 petrol stations. This is out of the whole island. And then I was just buzzing out when we went to Samoa. And I was like, oh, there's like so much more to see and like do here. Like it's cool, but then yeah, more the people. Like it's just the nice.
Yeah.
They're welcoming.
There's no rush as well, eh?
Yeah.
Like, I know my friend. Him and his wife. They moved over to Niue as well. They opened a Airbnb of them, but they had a telecom. His name's Colin Talamahina, and his so his sister moved back too, and she opened up hairdresser, like a
sweet.
and that.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like how you guys just wanted to go back to.
Back to the island, back to the people.
Yeah.
New West one of those untouched tourist destinations now.
Yeah. Like there's so much potential there, right? Like, but I mean,
like everyone goes to the normal places, Fiji, Cook Islands,
because
Samoa.
they catered. Yeah.
But New West sitting there waiting for the rush. But I heard a lot of old tourists go there. Old people go there for.
Yeah. But it's quite buzzy though, because then what they had that. They're like known for their less light pollution or something now.
Oh, okay. Would be
I just saw that, I was like, oh, that's different.
Yeah,
that's cool.
but it is because when you were in Samoa, so you look up and you're in Svania and that, man, you're like, is there that many stars out there? Because when you're in Auckland, there's that or the eagle that's going. With us. Yeah, that's right. So it's pretty cool that like, and you would think Niue because like it's so wouldn't have as many. It's not as big as Samoa, and wouldn't have as many
but
lights.
We could travel Niue in one day, like the whole island in a day,
Well, I think you might start a business over there then. Or,
it's a good place to go relax and just chill.
Yeah.
And you thought having your dish, what's it? The
Takihi?
Dish in the menu, because, man, that must be one of the best
well, I never had
foods on the island.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because, so, like we were talking about it before, right? Like every island, like Tonga or, the Cook Islands have the minus, and we're like, what's the Samoan? Because Samoans don't have anything because, that's really time consuming making that.
The takihi.
Yeah. Like because I'd only heard about it about 3 years ago. And like when I saw my friend's mother making it, I was like, that has to be good.
It's got to be like thin, and
Yeah, because the amount of effort time that goes into it, I'm like, that has to be good because no one would spend that time cutting that up and layering it and all that.
Yeah, my son had a cultural day between his class at Liston this year. And so I made him takihi. Yeah, no, Punk didn't pull it out of his back. He was too short. Because, boys brought their chop suey and stuff, so he wanted to go back and bring something Samoan.
Yeah.
Like, mate, represent your mum's country.
Yeah. Well, that's... Man, it's funny. Samoans, I think, when they talk about it, they like it more than Niueans because they know... Well, that's got taro on it, so,
Oh, you don't want to be Niue in the catering function. Just take the whole dish from the table to their class.
I'm always warning, like, the staff, and I'm like, okay, I'm not over-exaggerating, guys. Like, seriously, keep an eye on our platters, please. Just make sure they didn't take the platter. Like, just quickly run up here, chuck it on a plate. Here you go. We want our platter. Thank you.
With the clients, we've accepted like 97% of jobs. We've declined 3% of island jobs because they wanted so much for like $5 a head.
Yeah.
I was like, sorry,
They had like the extensive list of, we want this.
Yeah.
Like, all your like island cuisines, like your sapasui, your oka.
Yeah.
And it was like
we're only
everything.
willing to pay you this.
Yeah.
I don't want to be sad, but like sometimes we can be a bit like that as people. Like we're going to try and
we'll make it.
Make it
squeeze them, Yeah.
We do our best to bring the prices down, know, and still.
So how do you do your pricing? Because you don't have a set kind of. Do you just have them come to you and you go, okay?
We say how much do you have? And
we pretty much go by their budget, break down their budget, just let them know. We divide it by their head count.
Yeah.
Customize the menu. What dishes do you guys want in it? We'll try and incorporate that. If it is too low, we'll let them know, and then how much more they need to add if they want to put that in. Otherwise, we can just take it out of the menu and just still make it work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's the cool thing, because my brother said to me, he kept getting the whānau feeds, and he goes to me, because he said something to me, he goes, I wonder if the reason why they're not on Uber Eats is because they're too expensive and they don't want to raise their prices. And but it's talking to you now, it seems that way, like, it doesn't really, like, you just like helping people, just having people not starve or not have to pay crazy amounts. Because Uber, like, if you notice, that's the amount of times I've been on Uber Eats, but their prices are marked up just to cover the price, the cost of it.
We're going to go off Uber, and then
they offered us a really good deal.
I think it was like 14% or something, but in general, because it will go back up to normal again after the lockdowns, 30%. And it was like...
So is that the reason why you stayed with Menu Log?
How does Menu Log work anyway?
Mini log is I think 17%, but I think because Mini log jumped in first and got us the machine first, we're like, oh yeah, we'll stick with these guys. But unfortunately, going forward next year, we're gonna stop deliveries.
Okay.
Just the fact that we don't want any.
Sorry, no.
we don't want.
Put my hand down, man. Yeah, so
we don't want any complaints with food not being fresh, and that's the one. We haven't had any yet, but myself, if I were to order, I'll rather go pick it up and have it fresh than
that's the disadvantage of
being delivered. Of course, because we've got controlled temperatured hot boxes what the food goes in on deliveries, and Ree's one of our delivery drivers. But at the same time, you won't have the crunchiest chips when it arrives, because steam's gonna get in there.
Oh, so if you use if you are with menu log, you gotta provide your own travel.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. So well, I think of Uber, I think that's the advantage of Uber, will be straight away. They pick it up and
Well, they've got about 50,000 drivers,
we've got our own drivers.
Yeah.
And delivery is pretty fast, because when you order on our website, you stipulate the time that you want. Giving us time to make it. There's people that have ordered now for 5 minutes away. It's like, we make it.
And it's not the smallest thing, so it'll be like a whānau pack and then a few of the heavy hitters, and it's like,
so
you want to make that in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Fresh, it's not, produced to chuck in there and go.
Yeah, they don't do it how they used to do McDonald's, where you just mass produce it and just
that's right, because everything's all freshly made. Yeah.
That's,
I think you guys are good enough that you don't need delivery. People come to you.
Yeah.
People crave. Like I crave.
It's funny because
and when I see the your post, we're not open to catering.
Catering's
our poor customers.
just picked up big time. In December and November. Oh, November, December just started. In November and October, so it's just picked up. And we'll just have to utilise all our staff and resources towards it.
Well, that's the power of word of mouth, because I'm telling you, everyone I've told. It's funny because I start seeing when people they put these stories up on Instagram, and it's always like epic eats. I'm kind of like, I knew that before, sure, it's me, but I was there, from the start, man. But really, one of my friends, he drove from Grey Lynn, and he said, I said this place is legit. The one thing he did say when he got there, that you were really accommodating to him, because he got there and you were just, about to close up, and then he said...
Yeah, I remember them. With his missus,
Henry. So he came in and he just thought...
And he was apologising hard. I was like,
don't apologise. So I just want to go home.
I don't even play some, start gaming and that. But, and he just said, man, you would have thought, okay, you just kind of chuck it together and but he just said, man, because it's funny, where he was telling me the story, we were getting ready to weigh in this weight loss challenge, and he was like, if it was good enough for me to go, okay, this is where I'm gonna have my last meal before I go do my weigh in, and that's the cool thing about, I'm just getting that vibe from you guys. It's like, it doesn't matter about, the money isn't the be or end all for you guys, and that's, where does that come from? Like that kind of trying to serve the community kind of thing, or to serve.
That's what we want to get to at the end of the day, is to have a place where we can serve the less fortunate. So with our catering jobs, we put some aside and we feed some families that we know with the necessities, and we've just been a bit unfortunate this year with everything that's happened, that we can't really provide that. But years gone by, we've done that, and at the end of the day, that's what we want to do. It's because I grew up, mum and dad working, but it was hard to live. There was so many of us, and so I just wanted to do something for us rather than working for someone else. but still provide those for those families because we can. So that's the whole idea. Yeah.
Because Jesus said to serve others before yourself as well. That's my main.
Yeah.
And he also said for his wife to, be humble to her husband.
Oh.
It's kind of hard with my wife here.
Yeah. When you said that, talking some things about your grandma, she was big in the church. Is that the church out here at West Auckland? Was it the New Age church? Oh, okay.
I only hung a PIC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Pops as well with Newton, but he passed away a few years ago. But the funny thing was, I hated church growing up, like with a passion, and I always had to go because of my grandparents. And I didn't get into Bible studies until 2016. We got into a debate, and we were just debating over religion in general. And I was just like, he was like, oh, you need to find out, there was a particular religion that if I was to believe in anything, then this is the path I'm going to go, because they study the Bible, that must be the truth. Then, long story short, found out that was a false religion, and then I was like lost for like 2 weeks. I started questioning everything, like, God, are you even real? Is this real? And then just went straight back to the beginning, studied the Bible on my own for myself, and didn't realize, oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing, of how much you can learn with yourself, and then pretty much from there. And then I realized what my grandparents were trying to raise us in, and it was just falling on deaf ears, didn't understand it, and yeah. I'm just really happy that we did get into that debate.
Well, that's how it usually starts. I mean, when people are searching for things, if you don't look for it yourself, you'll easily buy into someone else's, if it sounds good, or if I noticed I know some people when they've hit rock bottom, they'll just not fall, but they'll find something that they'll relate to, and then they'll go, oh, okay, this is. But when you find out that you look for yourself and you find out, no, that's not actually what I believe in, you've got to find the truth for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when you go to listen, you've got religious education.
Yeah.
I got a certificate for that too. No, just the one. Well, the rest they had to teach in the top of it, but yeah. But like us, we brought up, in Catholic studies at Liston, so we kind of not droned into you, but it's something that you pick up. But until you actually start looking for true faith, that's another thing about going to these Catholic schools. But the thing is, I'm not even Catholic, I wasn't even Catholic. My mum took us there because my brother was playing up at Waitek. He's probably listening, like, wow, this guy just snitched on me, but that's the truth. But best thing that ever happened,
Yeah.
Back when you guys were going back and forth to Samoa, you guys obviously tried all the food places around there and stuff. Man, because when I was there, I did just, and there's so many good places there. Do you remember you guys' favorite food place out there?
Oh, the barbecue place on the main drag.
I've got it in my head.
Yeah, the barbecue place.
My favorite barbecue place was the one in Naitili at the back, up the hill.
Up the hill.
Up the hill and down a bit.
The one not far from
the petrol station.
The one not far from Siusinga.
Yeah. So the back way. Yeah. Because that's where it's funny because we bought. My dad bought some land, so we have a house in Siusinga.
Yeah.
So we go, up that road down Lake Kelly and that. And it's funny, we're getting to the point where we knew what time they were opening, and we'd get there and see the guy getting ready, this is my first for the day, and I'll make sure I come back after I've had a few bailivas and all that. Yeah, it's funny because those kind of places, you'd think all the main you'd go into the Makeki and that, and you'd get them in, but it's the places on the on the outskirts that are the good places.
There was no barbecue place in town.
Yeah.
I had to go out.
Yeah, true.
There was a Chinese place, barbecue pork and stuff, not far from McDonald's on that strip.
Yeah.
We went there.
Yeah,
the first time.
Yeah,
they were good. But the barbecues are probably the best.
I remember one of my favorites was the tacos. The nachos, but it's with taro chips. Taro chips instead of nacho. Oh man.
Where was that?
That was at what's the bar? The one on the water.
The waterfront one, eh?
Yeah. I
Is
forgot
that
the name.
sales?
No, the other side.
Sales is on the.
Towards
That's
2AB.
on
Yeah.
Mooney.
But that's I only knew about that place because there's this guy that does that mukbang, or I mean the food.
Oh, the girl,
Jamalier TV. Yeah, so that's the only place I'd only heard of it because of that.
Yeah, we've eaten there.
Yeah, because I know that she was originally from New Zealand, eh? Yeah. But how did you rate that place? Because firstly, because you're a chef, so and you've worked at Sky City. You've been an executive chef there. How did you find the food
curry,
there?
I didn't like it.
Yeah. Because that must be tough for you because...
I'm not really fussy, but
yeah,
we just don't like eating out because we like to, eat what we like. And that's
we don't like fine dining.
Yeah.
We like eating out. But I mean, after work and stuff, you'll find ourselves at Macca's and stuff or
even though we don't like it,
but just something quick,
something quick and easy.
Get home and my Nutella sandwich.
Yeah.
In fact, that your journey from doing commerce to audio to chefing, like those are three completely different sort of careers. Like, what were you doing? What was going through your head? Were you trying to figure out what you wanted to do? And you tried something, you didn't like it. Next thing, you didn't like it. Oh, okay.
Just keep doing something until I find something that I like.
So since chef was the last thing, was that always in you? The love for cooking?
For the youth, yeah.
Okay.
And because Mum used to bring in kids off the street and stuff, and so.
So that's where you get that kind of thing from?
Yeah.
From your mum? So she just purposely just have people just come and you feed
because
them.
her father and mother did that. They took in people that didn't want to be, weren't wanted, Yeah.
They'll take them in,
So that's, we've taken on a family member recently.
Yeah, so that's how we had 5 boys. So we went from 2 to 5 in less than a year.
Oh, okay.
So we've got our 2 babies still in Samoa.
Yeah.
And then we've just had one recently join us. Same time. So he joined us when we buried my nan, and then we had to shoot that show, and then he came, and it was like all in that same weekend.
Oh, okay.
And we weren't quite sure what was happening with him, but he's presently with us now, so he just turned 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Oh man, that's awesome. Like that's awesome. Like it's just carrying on like the values that your parents had taught you. And then were they? It's funny because were they pastors or anything or no? Or
No. In the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mum's got a big heart though. Yeah. She means well. I mean, if you step out of line, she'll let you know.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's the only way to do it these days,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's basically it, yeah.
So there was no inkling in you to be a chef, growing up?
No.
And then you just ended up...
Yeah, found out I was good at it. I just stuck with it,
yeah.
And because it's funny, most ideas come in when we're lying in bed, having a sexy time. We're just lying in bed chilling, and then something will pop in my head, and we'll try it the next day, and it works. So we've tried out so many things, and nothing's failed so far. Well, it's probably been some desserts and stuff that we've tried out, and then we won't serve that. We'll perfect it before we put it out. But just stuff pops in the head, and
so that's everything is all from the top of your head, or is it some of the stuff that you might have caught on?
No, all at the top of my head. Once you know flavors and what goes with what.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll just question it and be like, we'll give it a go, and then work it out the next day, and
What's the one odd combination you've thought of, and then when you tried it, you went, this is the one. Like I'm sure people are going to really enjoy this.
Oh, we did one over the weekend for a film job. So I was sick of serving just straight, glazed ham. So I was like, let's switch it up. I make my decisions like half an hour before we have to.
Yeah,
or like,
we'll learn to roll with that. Like the schedule will be there, and it's like everyone's like, what? And it's like, no, just fix.
He's wiping off the board like, oh
pretty
no,
much like that.
Yeah.
So I decided to, instead of doing straight ham, we're gonna make it a cheesy sauce ham. And yeah, that was a big hit on Sunday when we served it.
Yeah.
So it was just ham and like massive cheese sauce. And
Yeah, just your normal, like, your glazed ham slice.
Yeah.
But this guy, just smothered it in the cheese sauce. So
and they loved it, yeah.
Yeah.
And we served it with couscous, which people don't like, but the combination of the cheese sauce and the couscous.
Yeah.
Was,
I said I'd never like couscous, but with that, I was like, I think I like couscous now.
Yeah.
So anytime I eat couscous,
I know
that
couscous
sauce.
is good for healthy eating stuff. If I have that with ham, it balances it out. Oh man.
There you go, your protein,
I
your
got
dairy.
it. That's right. I got it. Shot, man. With the movie catering, like the film catering and that. Is that another thing that was just word of mouth? Like the people, do you just have the same people keep
when I
coming
was-
back to you, or
when I was working for Bonathan and Zaxby, that's the main, was film caterer. So, the time I was there, the film would request for me to come out because they knew, or request for me to make this specific dish because they knew I was the one doing the food. And when another chef would make the dish, they would be like,
They could tell he didn't make it.
Oh yeah.
Like the film crew picked up on when he cooked it or not, and they'll just be like, oh no, can we please get Vic on? Can we have Vic's food?
So what was that dish?
It's specific food.
Yeah,
not specific, just everything. Just the quality of it. Yeah.
Salads, different salads. We'll chuck some salads that have never been heard of before.
Yeah.
Like one on Sunday was deep fried cabbage with just like in the coleslaw.
Yeah, it was coleslaw mix, but the cabbage was deep fried with feta.
Yeah,
It was actually quite nice.
I've seen something similar with the slow cook barbecue. And they do it with the cabbage.
Mm-hmm.
And they cut a hole at the top and they slow cook it with I think they put butter and garlic.
Yeah,
inside.
yeah.
And they slow cook. Yeah, I've seen.
Oh, my kitchen's hard and fast, if you can't work a walk, then come back to me and I'll teach you.
Do you get into the American slow cook barbecue?
No. I like to do things hard and fast.
Yeah, this guy's found a lot of shortcuts, so that's what he meant. This is what he meant by when we're lying in bed thinking of ideas as well, is how can we execute this faster, but still keep that quality of the taste as well. And
So we've done a
that's
creme
worked
brulee
out.
in 20 minutes instead of 6 hours.
Because you're the Texas barbecue roots.
Yeah.
So that's
We've cut time on that.
I was going to say that. Like, how do you do that? Or are you allowed to reveal that, or
Not
or you
yet,
tell
no.
us after the?
Having a specific heat and just knowing the times on when to pull it out. So we've cut down 13 hours into 1.5
Yeah.
from start to finish.
Because I noticed you had two flavors there. You had the Chinese.
We've got three. Sticky Asian,
Sticky Asian, yeah.
buffalo, which
That's our spicy.
we're going to keep that spicy because we don't want people like, can you mellow it out? So no, you can have.
They have
Yeah,
that
the
order.
two,
Yeah.
Because we want to be the spiciest, If it's buffalo, you want it to be spicy.
Oh, it's
So we
so
don't want
funny.
to
I've had
change
so
it.
many people and they're just like, wow, this is so hot. We weren't expecting it to be this hot. And I was like, what, Balingi hot? And they crack out laughing. They're like, yeah, like Balingi hot. Like, sorry, I should have warned you guys before.
Yeah. Because I saw you try. Were you doing that with the chicken wings or that?
Yeah, the challenge.
Yeah. How was that?
One of our staff members, her boyfriend, tried it. He 57 seconds.
So how many chicken wings?
20. But so all I want is like 90% bone showing.
Yeah.
Can have, meat showing, but not much.
Yeah. So have many people taken up that challenge, or?
Well, we've had a whole lot of feedback
Yeah.
and reactions, and it's like, okay, when are they coming in to actually do
So
it?
they'll just come in and order just a normal.
Yeah, we've had
Yeah,
people just
check-
they were
order
just
the
eating
normal,
it, but they weren't-
no one's
they
actually
weren't trying the
coming up with the challenge,
Yeah. No, I saw that. I was like, reminds me of regular show. Like, they have the. Sorry, I'm not regular show guy, but they always go to and have the wing. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, they need a place like that in Auckland, man, where you can go and hang out and have wings with
Easy wings.
the crew, But yeah, so? Is there any plans on expanding the menu, or is there something? How people have like an odd thing, like a strange thing people put on their menus. Is there anything like any plans for that? Like an odd, like.
Our menu's quite odd already.
Yeah.
But just taking it slow. We've taken heaps of stuff off.
seeing what works and what doesn't. Yeah.
So
We're thinking about switching it up or see how we go.
No, at this stage, just sticking with what's there.
It's pretty cool how you like things done hard and fast. Because like I said before, those Texas ribs taste like they're a slow cook. You know?
Yeah.
And like, man, because I'm into the whole American barbecue slow cook, like the brisket and the ribs. So
That's another thing we're looking at bringing in as well as the brisket.
Brisket.
Yeah, we're just working out a menu on
I've
what we're
done
going to
it.
do with
I
it. Yeah.
did it a couple of months ago, hard and fast, and it worked. So
Yeah, even though it is like a slow cooked meat, like there is techniques
Yeah.
you can make it fast.
And
Because
if
I've
you
seen
know the
it.
techniques, then,
Yeah. It's all about the temperature and all that. But man, because in Auckland, especially even around New Zealand, like there's a big surge in that American taste, American flavor, and all that stuff.
Well, let's go into meat stock. You and Eric, eh?
Yeah, I've been going to meat stock. Do you guys get it?
No,
Yeah,
but we've heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When is the next one?
Yeah.
It's in February.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we should all go there. Good.
It's like me and Eric, we go every year, and so we sort of like got it sussed out how to do it. Eh? Like you gotta get there real early in the morning, and you gotta eat straight away, because when you eat, you're full for ages, and like you gotta make the most of it. So you go and sit down and watch all the techniques, because they have all these different chefs come and they show you techniques and that barbecue stuff. Anyway, we just stay out there all day, just watch the demonstrations and that.
Have you already eaten though?
Yeah, we eat straight away. So, because you're like I said, you're full for ages. So you gotta wait.
Are you just hoping for the second one?
Second one.
Oh,
you
okay.
go back down and.
Yeah.
But no, it's good. It's good. If you're into meat, man, it's best place to be.
That's
Sweet.
It's funny because I remember our first time there and everyone was drunk at the end. So because they have the bands playing and stuff, and everyone's drinking and that and eating, and then we walked out when it was closed, and there was a vegan protest outside.
Oh, jeez.
And they were like, there was like a long line of them in wearing black and that white mask face thing.
Well, the Scream one.
Huh?
The Scream mask or the
what's that movie of the
V for Vendetta?
Yeah, Viva Vendetta.
Oh, yeah.
And they got they're holding these laptops and they're just showing all the dead cows and stuff like that, like the animals. But that's the wrong time to be because everyone's drunk and like they
Oh,
so
the abuse word of
Barangis when they're drunk, like, that's the worst.
Yeah,
worst
no filter
abuse.
at all.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for them, but nah.
Well, I wonder what they were hoping to achieve. I mean, these guys have obviously gone to a meat place called Meat Stock. And, do you think you're going to turn anyone that's maonga and drunk coming out of a place like that? Man, you got to hand it to those vegans, they're persistent, They'll go for anything.
And they're killing plants left, right and centre too.
Yeah. Oh, right. We were talking before we started recording, and I said to you, had you ever been on anything like that? And you said that you'd been on the edge. Do you want to talk about like how you ended up being on a boat? It was both of you that came on the edge, was it?
Yeah. We went on the breakfast show, and so there was a period in my life where I did drag shows as a gay. I wasn't gay. As a straight. No, you don't know. as a straight drag queen.
Yeah.
And so they wanted to interview her as, what's it like being with a guy that's straight, but does drag.
Drag, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, it was purely for me, it was for entertainment.
Yeah.
And
But you did it for that fundraiser that time.
So how long were you doing it for? Like
maybe 4 years?
Yeah. Were the gigs coming in,
Yeah.
What was it like? What was the feedback from the drag community? Like to have a straight guy come in?
They didn't mind it because I wasn't,
Because there wasn't,
I didn't mock
genuine.
them.
Yeah.
And, I had some good mentors and stuff. And
Was Buckwheat one of them? Or?
Buckwheat's flatmate, Testicles. Anthony, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And my first name was Mrs. Penny.
Yeah.
and last name Trait, so Miss Penetrate.
Yep.
And so I just ended up with the name Anastasia Star.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. No, I know Edward. I mean Buckwheat.
Yeah.
And funny, when we went to Samoa, Cindy does her shows at Tomasina, and so she reserved a table for us. And we got there like 10 minutes late, and she was like, "Oh, Vic, you're late. You know, these guys took the table. Why did you take
I saved this table for you guys."
Yeah.
And I was like, "It's alright." Yeah, so yeah, no, I know a lot of drag queens and stuff.
Yeah, man, that's just so, we've already talked about your CV and that, and what you've been through. That's pretty, that's the one other thing, I just want to know, how did you get into it? Were you just
I wanted
sitting
to
there and just walk?
Well, first of all, I just want to say you're probably the most fearless man I've ever met. Trying all these things.
There's fearless, and I think just comfortable in his own skin. That's where I think you are. You know who you are, so nothing would rattle you because this is who I am. Or I'm going to try something. That's an awesome trait, man.
How the drag started was, there's just so many things. Some people out there might not believe it, but it has happened. I was a DJ first, so I used to DJ.
Of course you were a DJ.
Just add it to the list.
From here on, nothing's going to surprise me. You can say you're an astronaut out there. Yeah, of course you are. So keep going, Wilson.
There's a place called Globe. I don't know if it's still around.
Globe?
Yeah, Globe.
Yeah. Been there a couple of times.
Richie, Andy, all the boys on the...
Oh, the Doors?
Yeah, on the Doors.
And Martin?
Martin's good mate.
I know Martin. That's one of my brother's boys too.
Yeah.
Martin Pai.
So he trained DJ 09, which you can hear on...
Yeah, we know DJ 09. He's from Waitak too, eh?
Martin's,
Yeah.
Good old
That's
Josh.
Coretti's brother, eh?
Josh,
Yeah.
So that's where I got the inspiration to DJ, was from Martin. So I got into DJing and then got into the K Road scene and DJing there, and saw the drags, being dicks. So I just wanted to be a dick with them. I said, "Hey, you reckon I can borrow your dick and be a drag for a night?"
Yeah.
And they were like, "Yeah, good. We can teach you." And I said, "I don't want to, excuse me, suck any dicks, but but it was pretty sweet, They're pretty comforting and looked after me. They didn't mind, that I was straight.
Yeah. Well, that's a pretty crazy subculture to get into, or a different kind of scene to get into.
I asked him the same question, and I remember him saying that he admired the fact that they could give shit to the audience and they couldn't do anything back but laugh. And he was like, if I was to go up there and dress as myself, everyone would be like, "Ooh, get that off the stage, what are you up to?"
Yeah, well, how was it for you when he told you, he came home one day?
I was like, "Are you sure you're not? Are you sure?"
Yeah.
I'm sure. Are you sure? And he was like, I'm sure. I was like, "Okay, sweet as." First time I saw him full drag out, I didn't know what to expect, and I was just like, "Oh, it's gonna be so weird. It's like kissing another chick. How does this work?" But I was just buzzing out on the whole full transformation that he legit looked like a chick, and I was just like, "Whoa, you look really cool!" And put on my
so we had some lesbian sex that night.
Well, the thing with drag is just for that, it's you're that person. I mean, you're that persona. Hey, so was it like that? When you were in full killer? I'm like, so when you were in full killer, so change.
I was, Mrs. Penetrate or yeah.
So what was your gimmick? Were you doing stand-up? Were you doing, so lip syncing is a big...
I wasn't good on the mic. It was more, the actual show.
Doing the dancing and the lip syncing.
When I did get on the mic, it was, I think the last show I ever done, I was just too scared because the guys that was emceeing was way better than me, so I didn't really want to talk.
Oh, okay.
So, but if he wasn't there, then I would have just, slayed everyone in the room.
Shucks. Victor, I called you fearless. Isaiah called you someone that's knows who you are. And what do you know where that comes from? We always, what we as a kid and growing up in school,
I think I was just innocent, and that's where it all came from. I didn't really get to experience much as a kid. Being naughty and stuff. get into naughty stuff. I didn't start clubbing till I was like 20, 21. So I think it was once I reached 21, 22, I was like, I need to start exploring and, doing stuff I've never done. So that's basically it. I was, I was looking after my siblings and stuff. Mum and Dad were working, so I didn't really get the freedom of going out or, just even going to a movie or something. I'd have to take, the siblings along with me.
So how many of there are you in the family?
Oh, heaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it like how you said that you used to have five boys?
Yeah. But
Was it like that for you guys? Like you had like a lot of extent of...
Mum took in
Yeah.
the grandsons and granddaughters and stuff.
Oh, okay. Man. Is that where, that's probably where it comes from, the kind of...
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thinking, like, because you had those lots of experiences growing up, like you finally free.
Yeah.
And you could man, I don't care, I'm just do well. I just want to do everything.
Yeah. But I haven't tried drugs, heavy drugs or any drugs. Don't like the taste of alcohol. So, yeah.
I wish I had that problem.
But I have been drunk twice.
Oh, okay.
But I have the gift of not having a hangover.
Yeah.
So it's been good. Life's been good.
Oh, that's a problem I'm facing. Hangovers now. Hangovers for me now are worse than they ever were.
Yeah.
So like
as you get older,
that's why I've stopped drinking altogether. It's just I can't handle the next day anymore. I feel like I'm dying.
Yeah.
And plus you got shit to do the next day.
Yeah, that is.
And I actually can't afford not doing it.
Yeah. Because before, like when we were younger, it was like all good, get up, do it, and then now it's just like give me another day.
Yeah.
I need another day to recover.
And that's why I got light beer in the fridge.
Why not, eh? Why not?
Is there a I want to go back to Samoa because you said that you went there quite a bit last year for COVID and that, and these were having the business. Was there what besides the car rental place that he was going to run with your father? Was it? Well, that's pretty cool because when you hear about in-laws and all that, there's kind of like a
because he's Caucasian, he's Palestinian.
Oh yeah.
So he loved it.
Yeah. So so he came along for the trip
in December. Yeah.
Yeah, and he thought this is where this is what I want to do.
Yeah, it was on lockdown because of the measles.
Yeah.
But he enjoyed it because we got an insider at Aggie's, and we found all the tourists there at Aggie's. So yeah, we got to spend the day in the pool and stuff.
Yeah.
During the lockdown.
He loves tropical places in general and like the climate and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he loves Samoa, and it was just funny because I don't know how many years Mum's been trying to get him to eat taro and corned beef, and we were in the whale and he felt obliged to eat what was given to him, and I was like, I've got a video of this and send it to him.
Yeah.
And I have a video, and it's just like, what have you done to my husband? He's eating taro bread and lava.
For some reason, the food tastes better over there.
Yeah.
Man,
Well, it's fresh.
Yeah, I just hate it when you get a cold drink and then 2 seconds later it's warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the downfall.
Well, it's funny because all the locals they drink the boys or they drink the beer warm.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't do that. It was funny because they'd look at us because when I was there with my brothers and that, we just went to the ice place and we just grabbed bags of ice and we just smelled them. They were like, that's a waste of water. They were like, you're wasting the ice, man. You're wasting the water that you're going to drink. I'm like, nah, man, I can't drink warm beer,
Yeah.
And it's funny we're talking about hangovers. It doesn't feel like you get a hangover in Samoa because I think, like you said, like when you wake up in the morning,
you're enjoying it. And the heat's good.
it sorts it out.
that's the one thing about. So he's going to do the car rental and take over the first KFC. Was there any other plans to?
No,
were you looking at settling over there? If you were going to open up these businesses?
No.
More for Mum.
Yeah, it's
Mum
more
wanted
for
to move back, but she was just
Mum to retire there.
Oh, nice.
As a safeguard, people
Yeah.
that I can trust to look after her over there.
And then she didn't have to worry about paying for anything, so it was all sorted for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's awesome, bro. Like, for real, like, that's awesome that you were going to set up this business just to know that. Because, obviously, like, because my dad wants to retire in Samoa. But, like, that's my biggest fear. Like, man, who's going to look after him over there?
Yeah.
Like, I know I've got family over there. But, I'm putting, I know Dad will have money. But it's funny because we kind of trialed it. And for the first 2 weeks, like for the first week, he's doing really well. Like we'd left him quite a bit. And on the third week, he rang
up, yeah.
Money shot. He was like, Western Union, and I was like, it's hard to keep track of your parents over there. You wanna, you don't want to be that guy hanging over them, but you just want to make sure that they're. Yeah. So is it only your mum that's still, both of your parents still?
No, my dad's passed away.
Oh, okay.
My mum's, yeah.
So that's, yeah. Oh, man.
Well, we did think about a restaurant. I was like, no, there's no way. The meat's too expensive, the produce too expensive.
Yeah.
So I was like, no.
Someone was bringing it to our attention. They're like, you guys should do pop-up stores. I think that was like the latest craze at the time we were there.
Yeah.
They're like, there's people coming over. They're doing like pop-up restaurants, and like, you guys should do the same thing. And we're like,
You'll probably be running at a loss. People in Samoa would be enjoying your food, but
because every time we go over, we'll end up spending a lot just on ourselves.
Yeah.
And good money here, good money there.
Yeah.
I remember when I was there, there was actually an American slow cook barbecue in Toamaka.
Yeah.
When you pull in the driveway, and there's a restaurant on the left.
Yeah.
Did you guys go there?
No, we haven't, but I've seen it.
Yeah, so they do brisket.
Yeah.
Slow cook
Wow.
brisket.
Was it any
Check it
good?
out next time.
yeah.
Was it any good? They looked, and it says it always like, we're trying to do the diplomatic thing and say, yeah, no, it was good, but.
No, I never had it there, but I know they're doing it.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Is there a place for, do you think there's a market for that kind of thing in Samoa?
I think like the sales.
But that would be for
expensive, the meat.
But that would be for the tourists then, Like that kind of. But I mean, if I was going to Samoa, I would be going to go have slow cooked brisket.
Yeah.
Have some island food.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the appeal of it,
That's probably why KFC would work, because chicken's the cheapest meat out there.
And everyone loves KFC. Like you could just do the thing like they do on Lincoln Road, where they just at the lights.
Yeah, the smell.
I've done that a couple of times. Like I'm standing there, I'm like, if I can just be this calm, sure I can indicate it to Lincoln. See, everyone knows, because that's their trick. Hey, that's their trick. You're like, you can't smell McDonald's unless it's. The only thing you get from McDonald's is like when you get to the drive-thru.
Oh, sorry, the machine's.
That's right. That's where I was going. What was that? Anything. That's the number one saying before they give to you. But yeah, man, that's KFC and.
Did you guys try the Chinese KFC, the one up in town? I think it's
Yes.
It's called TNC or something.
Yeah.
DMC.
Was it any good?
Yes, we did try that.
Yeah, I went there and I
It's
had
like
the
Texas chicken there.
Yeah.
I had the
soup.
the beef soup. Yeah, I didn't try the chicken.
Oh, okay.
I think you did, eh?
Yeah. It was okay.
When you were over in Samoa, is the sales the pinnacle of the fine dining over there?
The what? Sales? Nah.
No, there's some
too
of
windy.
the hotels.
Oh, yeah?
I remember me and Simon went there.
Yeah.
We were just going away from the wind.
Oh,
That's the
okay.
only thing, hey. It's real windy.
Yeah.
But there's a few other places.
Yeah, I was going to give one of the Parliament dudes over there hiding at the sales. He was trying to hit on my
He
mum.
was hitting on Mum.
Oh, yeah.
So I was going to drop him. I was
Yeah.
No, because he invited her back later on that night, and she's like, "Yep, you guys dropped me off back at 7," and this guy's like, "Oh." Look, I can hear him.
Yeah. And there's people down in Parliament House there. It's funny because we were just talking about Parliament and that we had Michael Field. Yeah, we had Michael Field on. He's like he'd been in Samoa from about the 60s or 70s, And he'd been through everything, so he knew about all the dodgy dealings or just, how Samoa is.
Yeah.
Like the Samoa works at a different level, It's always, we always kind of make that joke, like, because it's Samoa, like, a bit of corruption here and there doesn't, a little five-star lie here to the police, to the policeman wage,
I tried that. At the market and just in town where Farmer Joe was.
Yeah.
So I came out and was going to turn right to go to the lights where Farmer Joe was in the corner, and the cop stopped me and said, "Read, no exit, entry."
Oh, yeah.
I said, "Oh, sorry, mate. Here's $20. No. You just need to know."
Yeah. No, I think the ones if they pull you over, so they do license checks.
Yeah.
That's where it's funny because they have that skit, the lucky that Toamaka one.
Yeah.
And that's like people laugh. I'm like, I've actually experienced
It's
that.
actually,
It's real. That's not, and the Toamaka, like they put a funny spin on it.
Yeah.
But that really does.
Actually,
and it works. It's cool because
But it's funny because then he learned to just not speak Samoan and just say we're from New Zealand. And I was like, oh no,
You get special.
Oh yeah. Were you, growing up? Did your parents speak Samoan to you?
Yeah,
was it
yeah.
Speaking. Yeah. So
I think out of my other two brothers, I'm the only one that kept it.
Oh, okay.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah. Because that's a big thing. Like my parents were like that. Like they were like, at home you speak Samoan, and you speak enough Palangi English at school.
Yeah.
They bring it here, but it's hard to not. Because especially when you got siblings, you speak Palangi to them, and then you got to speak Samoan to your parents. Like, man, I'm already confused as it is, man. Shucks. Is it a good thing? Like, are you proud of the fact that you kept that, like that, little one that?
Because a lot of people think I'm Indian or
Mexican, or Filipino,
talking shit behind my back.
Yeah.
Or in front of him.
Yeah.
Because they don't think he can understand.
Yeah.
So then I'll, hit them straight up. I was, you Samoan? Yeah, you use that too, just shut up.
Yeah. The Filipino thing, you should just walk around with many pacquiao shit.
Yeah.
Just by sitting there, man, to see if they're gonna...
Even when I'm in Samoa, they think I'm a foreigner.
Yeah. But that's Samoans for you,
I've had Indians come up to me speaking Indian.
Like full-on conversation. I'm from Samoa.
Yeah.
Are you guys into sports?
Not really. It was growing up, but no, not really.
Because you were saying that you used to a big gamers, eh?
Yeah.
So
I do support Queensland.
Oh. Again, hey.
Comes with the listing colours.
West team in history, West Queensland team in history. Hey, Cameron.
All these Queenslanders.
No, the thing is, if you're listening, you're brought up in the origin kind of thing, like, because we talk about it at school, you had to pick a side early. And,
it's ever since, because Maninga's not the coach anymore, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's ever since he left. That's
we got Wayne Bennett back, and then that's that's where we got back on track there, But, so gaming, what games do you guys? Because I said that I only play 2K, but I'm not as hardcore as my nephew and my brother. What games do you? Because that's what you said that you used to like to do to unwind.
Downtime,
Yeah.
Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Black Ops 4, Modern Warfare.
So I just tell my family, I'm like, we're business owners by day and soldiers on Call of Duty by night.
Yeah. So how did you both get into that? Or have you always been?
It's because we don't, socialise or go drinking and stuff.
Yeah.
That's something we like to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty rare to have a couple
both people playing the game.
Oh no! It's not because my family's, we're a PlayStation family.
Yeah.
My older brother tells the story. I'm quite proud of it. So he went gambling at Sky City, and he won quite a bit of money, and he went and lined up for the first ever PlayStation down in Queen Street. So we were like one of the first Kiwis or Islanders to have a PlayStation.
Yeah.
So so from then on, man, we were like, every time a PlayStation was coming out, we're standing by. Yeah. So we're big. We're a gaming, like I'm not as big as those guys are, but we've always grown up with that. And it's funny because my dad used to say, like, Samoan parents think that Space Invaders for street kids.
Yeah. I was raised that way too.
Yeah. So like,
I'm not gonna get anywhere.
Yeah, that's right. But can you do a fireball, Dad? Yeah.
And I think gaming now is like $1 billion industry.
That's right. Esports,
That's crazy, yeah.
Is there any aspirations for you guys to? Well, like ranking wise, like, do you go hardcore, as in playing online and that?
Yeah. Well, because the
I'm
World
still
League,
on Black Ops 4, so I like to do World League.
World League is competitive, yeah. So you're playing off like other people with your base skill then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because at work we've got Royce. He brings in his PlayStation and TV. I bring in my PlayStation and TV. So yeah, staff get into it as well.
Yeah.
So when we're not cooking, we're playing the game.
Yeah.
So what about you? So he's Modern Warfare?
Black Ops 4.
Oh, Black Ops, and you're what's...
Black Ops,
Yeah.
the latest one, Cold War.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been jamming that hard out.
So what's the number one game if someone said to you, either one of you, for the rest of your life, you're only allowed to play this one game, what would the game be for you?
I'll be Black Ops 4.
Hey. And that's
I
She's
don't know.
undecided.
I like all of the Call of Duties, except for Black Ops 3 and Infinity War. They're too futuristic, but I like the whole lot.
Yeah.
The whole franchise, yeah.
Were you in the, when the Fortnite phenomenon occurred, were you all in? Did you all playing on that train?
Not as strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you...
Because we were playing Modern Warfare 3, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Fortnite came out and they were like, oh, what's all the fuss about? So we jumped on
We
that.
only jumped on it because our staff was on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so we were playing with our staff and then it was fun. Still sucked, man. It was fun.
Why do you think it blew up the way it did?
It's something different. You can build.
And was it...
It was for free.
Was the
for
building,
starters.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
free.
it was
Yeah.
that.
That was a good...
What's it called? Battle Royale.
Yeah.
So that was one of the first Battle Royale games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Where
Survivor.
everyone's like chucked, into the world and you gotta like try to survive it out.
And what's the other one? PUBG.
PUBG.
Yeah.
I think with Fortnite, it was free, but
Yeah.
it wasn't because you end up buying.
Buying, yeah.
Well, that's how they got them in the
Yeah.
end,
And that's how they make their money.
What's it called?
it's
Battle
like,
passes.
Yeah. Also, is that where you have to get V-Bucks or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I remember at the same time Star Wars brought out Battlefront.
Yeah.
And that was the same thing, but you had to pay for the game and then pay for the stuff too. So all the kids were going like that. You got
Yeah.
why do
Yeah.
that when Fortnite's free?
That's where they lost out, yeah.
Yeah, but then they build up as you're playing. You get invested in the game and you build it up, and then you have to buy stuff to make your character better. And that.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like a good. It's a business model. Eh?
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much. It was a crack up though, hearing our oldest who's at Liston. This is a few years back. And then it was like, wait, what did you just say? Like, bro, have you got the battle pass? And he's like, no, but my parents do. Wait, sorry, what was that? I don't have the battle pass, but my mum and dad does. And they were just cracking up, like, hey, we told you to work for it.
Yeah.
That's about how they did it. Their business model is like, so making the game free is like actually like a Trojan horse.
Yeah.
Now the whole world's got it. Now we can charge them for stuff.
Well, that's where they were making... it's funny because... that was my nephew last year. Like, we rang him and we said to him, because they were over in Australia, what do you want for your birthday? And they can I get some V-Bucks?
Yeah.
I was like, it's cheaper than sending it over to DHL, so that'll work for us. But yeah, it's funny, the kids. Are your kids like you guys? Are they big gamers as well?
Yeah, but we don't need to play during the week.
Yeah.
So we've got rules in place where there's no technology at all during the weekdays, but in the weekends. But they've got to earn that as well, so they've got to make sure their chores are done and the whole attitude, especially with our oldest.
Yeah.
Got to keep that in check, and then but other than that, yes, they're massive gamers as well.
Yeah.
Because I have my own PlayStation and she shares one with our oldest son.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're literally fighting over it on the weekends.
You guys organise yourselves.
Yeah.
Because I get home from work, get off, set me up.
Yeah.
And then we've got the other big screen, and that's got the PS3, so the two boys are on that.
Watching movies.
And
they've got
Minecraft.
like a lifetime band.
Yeah, I know they're still working for it, but Minecraft's their game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's the younger kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
So you guys are lying to get the PS5?
Yeah, I'll probably just get it next year. I'm not in a rush, but I would love to get it because the load times is like nothing.
Yes, one of our friends, online friends that we play with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can you play cross-play like?
Yeah.
And
you can play with PlayStation 4.
yeah. Because you couldn't do that with the other
PC
ones,
players as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes it a bit harder with the PC players because can they just with their mouse?
Yeah. Well, what would you prefer? Like,
Controller.
have you tried the PC
Yeah,
style?
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I haven't. I have. I suck with it.
Counter-Strike
Still gotta
days.
get used to it. Just used to the controller. I just got a scuff, so it's a bit easier.
See, because I only know all the names of this, like that guy, that Ninja dude from Fortnite, because he's a PC, he's a PC dude, and I'm like, because remember we used to rock, we used to play, was it Battlefield?
Yeah, we used to go play Battlefield.
Yeah, this was going to the internet cafes and the one in town. Yeah, and we'll just stay there like.
Dude, we did the $8 special.
Yeah.
Overnight.
Yeah.
Can't be the fans, eh? Remember the fans?
Yeah. That's right. It all starts from there, right? And then people. It's kind of crazy, like. Tikkun. How this game, the gaming thing's expanded. Like, it used to be frowned upon, you know. As kids, you know, you get a life, and then now the same. I think it's because the same parents are the same people that used to do gaming back in the day, so they can kind of relate. So there's no, and then usually the ones that are jamming with the kids as well, eh? So that's You know, who's the top COD player and like? Do you know who the top players in New Zealand are? Do you play with them? No, or like the top Modern Warfare or these guys.
We've got a few good boys that are on our team.
One guy in our clan.
Shout out to Native Clan.
Yeah,
he's the leader of Native. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
So that's.
Why is that?
So is that? Are we going to esport next? Is that your next?
No.
I think that's his plan. Eh? He's trying to gather all of us up. There's a few of us here in New Zealand and Australia.
Australians.
Yeah.
So Native Clan,
So that's a team. So you've got a full-on team that.
Yeah, there's like quite a few of us with that clan tag.
Yeah. Because I watched that documentary that's on.
Is it that one that died?
What's it called? It was on Netflix. It was about where the evolution of esport and how the teams are like they get proper trainings.
Yeah.
And they've got a dietitian now, and they've got that kind of like stuff like that. Like it's real, but it is. That's how it is now, eh?
Yeah, and they're actually getting paid for it.
Yeah, exactly. I knew it was big time when I saw it on ESPN. Like I went to go play basketball, and I was watching people play 2K. Yeah, I was like, I came to watch real basketball, but I'm watching people play basketball, and they were,
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's cool. Like they actually last year they had a draft. Like they drafted people esport like 2K players into franchises, and I thought. Wow. Man, this might be my way of making the NBA. You know, if I just put in the hours in. Because my natural talent didn't give me any hours, so I might as well try and do it with the.
Grind it out.
Grind it out, you know?
It's funny how I react to how the kids play. And they not only play the games, they even watch the YouTube.
They
just watch it. They don't even play. They're just watching.
It's weird.
It's like kids watching.
It's kids watching other kids play with toys.
Yeah.
And it's like they're trying to go play with your own toys. Like actually play with your toys.
They're watching Ryan or whatever his name is. Is it Ryan, the guy who does the toy review or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, and then I saw Ryan's followers. I was going,
kids, bloody
watch
it's like millions of like multi-millions of. Yeah, I just can't get my head around. I'm like kids watching kids play with toys instead of themselves playing with toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think YouTube's cracked down on that now because a lot of people are doing for kids, but you never know if they're like pedophiles and that.
Yeah.
So now, even when we put our videos up, like it says, this is for kids. You have to say that, and then it gives you different options. So they're trying to crack down on that. So that's pretty good.
Oh, sweet.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I think you can't get paid.
Yeah.
If you tick kids, it's for kids.
Yeah.
Then you won't get.
True.
Or you won't get paid. Or
so what happened to Ryan? Did you know Ryan is?
No.
Oh. You know Ryan is, eh? Oh, wait.
Do you know Ryan?
Do you know Ryan opens the toys? Ryan's toys reviews or something? They get it on YouTube. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I think I've heard of them.
Yeah. So I think he's like a Asian, like a Filipino kid or something. Yeah. So he's huge. He's got like millions of followers.
Is he like one of the richest? Like and the youngest.
Yes.
YouTubers. Yeah. Just for that. Yeah.
And just because he goes and opens toys or opens presents in there.
Yeah.
Like does toy reveals.
Toy reviews. Yeah.
I've seen that. Have you seen the eating one?
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
The Korean guy, he's eating.
Yeah. Like mukbang, the guy eats the.
He eats a salmon.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen the guy.
And he's just eating. And if you're like, all he's doing is eating.
Yeah.
And the mic's up to his mouth.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, so what is that too for it? I was going to say some other reasons, but yeah. That's the thing.
100K on like,
million.
You know my favourite bit?
But that's just eating.
When he puts like, because he always has a Sprite or something, and he's putting it in the
it's the Korean girl.
that's
What's her
refreshing.
name? Soba.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's lost heaps of weight.
I
don't think she's looking.
She started off with that video of her cutting her fringe, and then she like cut herself, and then laughs, and then
looks at her hair, and it's like all messed up, and she screams.
Yeah.
She cracks out laughing.
Yeah.
She's got a big boot and she chucks in like Pepsi or Coke.
Yeah, no, I find it weird too. Like the same thing, but they're like just putting their hands in like gel or like slime, just making noise.
Well, that was the other
people watch that.
Yeah, that was the other phenomenon when kids were making slime in there. You know, I've still got stuff on top of my fridge.
Yeah,
I was going to say that. Yeah,
the glue and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's amazing what people watch. It's like that one from Sweden when they put the camera in front of the train and that just plays. The train's just going.
And you're
just watching. You're just watching.
No, man,
scenery.
that's you, Fred. I want to see that. I don't want to go. I don't want you to pull it up. There's only like 4 views on it.
There's one of the train.
Karen like, subscribe.
No, I'm serious. There's the train one and there's the boat one. It's on the front of the boat.
Oh, okay.
And it's just going up and down and the water's going in.
I've seen the boat one.
I like the boats getting dropped into, like the big ships get dropped into the water and seeing the water come
Oh,
up.
okay.
Like those ones, yeah.
Well, what is that? What do you think that is?
No, I think just YouTube is it's just got everything that, you know, whatever you can think of, like
Why are people interested in?
Well, it's funny. I was just watching
Give
another
time
video
to
where they
watch
were just
these
saying
things.
how so many of us watch like half an hour of videos that we don't even like or interested in, and yet we find ourselves watching it, and then afterwards we feel like shit because we've just wasted our 30 minutes watching something we're not even into, and it's like, why did I do that?
Yeah.
Must be like watching short screens. So.
Oh. Use the get it for the main, just in case.
They can't afford it.
You can't bite the hand that feeds it, man. Jeez. But
only because I felt that when I watched it on the street, like, why am I watching this?
Man, I
Oh,
watched
it's good. I'll watch next week.
Well, I watched the omnibus on the weekend just to try and see, okay, how come I haven't watched it? And I watched it and I thought, this is why I don't watch it, because it sucks.
We've got a few extra streets guys come and eat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. But is that from when you were doing the...
They come into
They just came in? Oh,
yeah.
okay. Nah, Short Streets is mean, eh? That's a mean program,
I
man.
don't watch it.
Eh?
It's too PC now that they're bringing all the gender diverse crap and stuff into it, and it's like...
It's pretty out of it, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess it's just trying to reflect how society is, especially New Zealand, because New Zealand's quite, you know, liberal.
We're more, yeah.
Quite liberal at the moment, so.
But are they doing that to reflect how society is in
brainwash
in terms like to brainwash people, or, like you said, or because this is how the world is? Why are they doing it?
Well, I'm not sure.
It's like the whole COVID, they just want it to be the new norm, you know? Just want it to go back to how things were.
Yeah. We know when COVID was on, did you buy into any of the 5G conspiracy
Towers
stuff? Yeah, the towers and all the kind of, this was part of the New World Order, and because I mean, like,
oh, it's funny the New World Order because it's actually called the Great Reset now. They're not hiding it anymore.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
just
yeah.
changed the name. Yeah, that's crazy.
Were you really into that kind of stuff, or did you buy into it, or not buy into it, but
we weren't into it. It's just that
Just being
we
aware of
know
what's
insiders
happening.
that that do give us, good friends that are inside these places, like the governments and stuff, and do give us, there's gonna be a lockdown here. There's gonna be a lockdown, and sure enough, there's a lockdown, and it's just friends that we can trust that give us these actual facts. So we don't follow any trends. We don't follow any other people that conspiracy and stuff. We just stick to what we know.
Yeah.
And the facts. We don't spread, our opinion out there because we're all too PC.
Yeah.
You know how you talked about, like, in the beginning, how you realized you didn't want to work for anyone. You want to work for you, do something for yourself. You guys, like, I think for me, like, ever since we started this podcast, like, getting different people in what they're doing for themselves, good jobs, or working for themselves, or people like you,
Yeah.
To me, that is something that I wish someone instilled in me when I was younger. Like I'm 40 something now, and like it's like shit. What did I do the last 20 years? And and I think I'm not gonna say for everybody, but I think for me, like within my 20 years ago, I was just mucking around. I was just just working and then not thinking about the future, or just living day to day, sort of thing. And I don't think now, like what I've learned the last couple of years, like you can't really think like that anymore. The world's changing fast. Technology is changing. Our parents came from islands, and we all started from scratch. And then they had kids, they had us. So you expect us to not stay with what our parents did, be better than what our parents did, and do something. And I've been thinking about that like the last couple of days, and like listening to you guys and your guys' stories, I was like, man, it's something I think I missed out on, and I should have started, but ages ago. But I think
too late.
That's right. It's never too late. Yeah, it's never too late.
You can create your own story and your own full stop.
Exactly. I think alcohol plays a big part in it. Like when we talk about like hangover and like you're out for the next day, like you need time. You need time to do shit. Like for me, it's all about not wasting time anymore. You gotta do stuff. And I think with yourself, with how you grew up, like you say, you don't really go out, you don't really drink. I think those are good things. Those are good things to have through your life, because it's like distraction, or not distraction, but at least you're not wasting time. You've got this mentality, you got this frame of mind. You know who you are, you know where you want to be, and there's nothing interrupting that at all. You know what I mean? And I think you got more time. You had more time.
Yeah, to do what I really want.
To do what you really want to do. Yeah. And I think, I think I'm just saying what I've learned, like doing this podcast and talking to people like you, you guys and stuff. So, yeah, man, it's I love it.
Yeah, it's good.
I love it. No, it's really inspiring.
Keep it up. You guys have done really well to get to this stage.
That's the beauty of this podcast. We get to meet people like you. You get to hear your stories, and it's cool because I think our thing is we're trying to put the spotlight on West Auckland, Ranui, because that's where we're from, And Ranui gets a really bad rap for some reason, which is probably most of it. Yeah, okay, I can kind of see why it would get, but there's guys like that we try to highlight. Like I don't know if you know Rob Luisi. He's a Niue. Yep. So he's one of the Niue brothers. I've known him since primary school, and he's in there down at the ground level, trying to get the youth, help the youth of Ranui, and we're trying to get people like that, and guys like you, that that it's people. If I had never met these tonight, I'd thought, man, the two people that run Epic Eats, man, they're running a really good business. The food is amazing, and they're really nice people, because I would have heard that from my friends that have interacted with me. I would have known everything that we've learned tonight, because, like you said, man, you'll use both these of carrot. In the short amount of time, it's like you said, you're only 9 months apart. Like, you're short 34 years.
9 days.
9 days, 9 days. And you've managed to cram all this, and that's only a little, you still got the rest of, like you said, you know where to put that full stop or where to, come on, people would not have known that, and that's what I love about this podcast.
Yeah.
It's like, because we've had different people on. Last week we had Rosalind Penny. She does,
Cutter's guy.
Yeah.
She's a caterer as well.
She's a caterer as well. Yeah, she does the hungies and all the, so it's funny, what is it, we're getting all these people about food and, but it's funny, the food is just the front part. But when you hear the backstory, that's the real bee's knees,
Well, that's the hard work people don't see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
the hustle,
and it needs to be, it's good to have for you guys to share that story, and for people like Rosalind to share that story also. Like, she, like, man, it'll be cool to have you guys and Rosalind and anyone else come out west and just bring their food out because we desperately need some good variety of food out here. I don't want to go out of town. I want to stay out here and eat. You know? But her she's got a sweet chili steak and cheese fried bread, stuffed fried bread. Yeah, that she has. So that's her her thing. Wow. I think you guys have your thing, and I think everyone needs to have their thing. To compete with the. To be the norm. Or, to compete with all the millions of pies that are out there, you know, and all the bakeries that are out there, you know, like bakeries. Well, we talked about it with her, like, you know, there's so many bakeries and takeaways, Chinese takeaways in Auckland, like you can't even count. And if you think about it, it's just the same food everywhere. Like, say if there was 1 million, there might be. You're talking about 1 million stores that sell bakery and takeaways. I mean, do we need that many? I mean, where's the variety? You know, where's the variety? If it's not a bakery and takeaway, it's gonna be McDonald's, KFC. So where's the in between? Otherwise, you're gonna go to town and go to a fancy restaurant. I mean, there's no
outside the West.
Well, it's funny because like a couple of years ago, I think about 2 years ago, there was this writer in the New Zealand Herald, and they talked about Lincoln Road being like because from the motorway up until you get to Henderson, there's about 50 or something different takeaways or fast foods in that, and he was going to make a thing of trying every single place in it, you know, and it was kind of funny because he went through it, and what he found was they're all the same. You know what I mean? They're either a fast food or Asian or Chinese take. You know, there was no point of difference, and it's kind of funny because. You know, you go left and you eat all the other food. If you'd just gone right down the concourse, you would have been to apparently the best Mexican place, you know. And that's that's out of it because at the start of the start of Lincoln Road, there's that place, and then now to go to your place, you got to your food place. You got to go all the way down Henderson Valley to the other side of, you know. It's these little places, the hidden gems that that are going to put West Auckland, the food scene on the menu, because that's what we need. Because no one, when you think of West Auckland, you don't think of, what do you think? You know, you don't think of any places, you know. You know, we'll go, the bakery down there's nice. But you don't think of anything, you know, there's not a place that someone from South Auckland is going to go, man, I need to go out. Because we'll go out to a place, you know, people talk about going to Pingaki's to go get a kiki pata or something like that, you know. But we don't have somewhere like, oh man, I'm going to drive, you know. But your place is that place, you know. No, well, it is, because you can just tell by the feedback, you know. I've got friends that, you know, that are telling me about it, and then I can tell by my Instagram stories, you know. And I'm like, but that's been there, you know. That's the place, place to be. You know, so, is it, you know, when we were talking about the social media, we were talking about one of our friends, we've had social media influencers come on. How big is the social media presence for you? Or do you really make an effort to get up there, or is it?
We make an effort, but we don't depend on it.
It's not.
We just.
Is it just
put something out to let people know that we are there. We don't depend on it.
More the customers really that come through, and they all just PM us or DM us, and then we just say thank you and check it back out there. So majority of the videos are all theirs.
Oh, yeah.
Footage,
Oh, okay. They just tag you in it.
Or they'll all, like I said, send it to us, and then they get all excited when we post it up. From Epic Eats, and it's like, I forget we have that influence now on the social side of things. So is there a big, maybe like a big push for you? Like, have you talked about maybe pushing? Because that's a lot of, like, it's funny because I see a lot of places on Instagram, you know, you got the, I'm always going, I'll stop at a place, that place looks all right. Then and then I go to the place, and I'm like, and I drove all the way out here
We've had people come from Hamilton. In Australia, just to try our food.
I didn't believe them, and then they actually did confirm it, that their family wouldn't shut up and raving about it, and they were just constantly bombarded on their Insta. Like, they had to come here and try it. So I can't remember what the occasion was, how they managed to get to New Zealand. They did their isolation thing and came straight to Epic Eats.
Hey!
I was like, you guys are crazy.
That happens, though. Like, a lot of tourists, a lot of people that fly in and out of, maybe, say, New Zealand and Australia, is always a go-to.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as they touch down, oh yeah, we gotta go.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that place.
That's right, eh?
Basically,
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Because I remember my ex's parents, when they come from Hawaii, every time they go to was always the white lady.
Yeah.
Like airport, straight to white lady.
Yeah.
For white lady burger. So.
You know, white lady. I reckon, like their burgers they're nice, but do you think it was just the novelty of it?
Yeah.
I think
They
it
like
was
was
the novelty.
available
Yeah.
that night.
Yeah.
Because I was excited because took the boys to Armageddon. Oh, we went to Armageddon. And White Lady I was like, yes!
Yeah.
And then I realised after I ate, I was like, I've never eaten this so good.
Yeah.
Makes a difference when you drink, so it's so good.
Yeah, that's it. You know, and that's the one thing about those kind of places. Like they go, oh yeah, you know, because you've always got to cross, like tick something off. Like remember, we've got to go do this. And maybe it's just like a kind of like, you know, when you get home and you think, man, like I've got to make sure I do this, and then I can go on with the rest of my. You know, because I know I went to White Lady, like I'm like you, I went to White Lady, and I thought like I've always had it drink, you know, see me drink, and then I had it, and I was like, oh shucks, I forgot what the big deal is. It's still nice.
Yeah.
It's a nice burger.
Yeah.
And it was really good when I saw it on Vice, because I think Action Bronson went there and he's talking about, and he was wasted. Yeah, so that one. Yeah. But I just like to, you know, I saw Action Bronson doing that, and he's like, yeah, man, I'm the same state as he is at the moment, you know, drunk, and, you know, I think he was a bit stoned too, so that was probably adding to the flavours as well.
Thanks.
I think what it is about those burgers is it's homemade taste there. It's not like...
Yeah. And it's history,
There's no special sauce.
Nah,
like
nah.
Fast food places, it's like real tomato sauce. Real, you know.
Real, just grease all over the walls. Sauce and up in the moustache kind of stuff.
So for you guys in your shop, is there any goals to get a proper like restaurant?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just want to get the shit out of the way first and probably move to maybe Lincoln. There's this fruit and veg shop next to Mobile in Lincoln.
Oh yeah, the Fruit World.
Yeah.
We're
low-key trying to like...
He's
spot.
He's talked to me himself, so he's not going to last much longer. You know, New Zealand keeps...
Like, because they had it, did they just get new owners in this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're just going to repaint that, and there's heaps of parking there.
Yeah.
Heaps of spaces back for our kitchen, and then heaps of space for a diner.
Well,
outside area already sorted.
The workers from Texas Chicken are going to get angry with you.
Oh yeah, that's the main thing.
They'll be using their parking to go eat at your restaurant, at your diner. You know, at the diner, you know.
Yeah, we'll still keep it a diner, you know, once we incorporate that word restaurant into it.
Yeah. Because that's what, because you know, when you think of diner, you think of the meals, that the burgers and all the kind of place. Say when you think of restaurant, we're going to fork and knife there.
Yeah.
Because with our ribs, when people dine in, we give them gloves.
Same with the wings.
Yeah.
We rather them enjoy eating with their fingers without having to worry about getting them all dirty and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got little things here and there just to make the pleasure of
dining
eating
experience a bit better. Yeah.
You know when you said the Fruit World, because I know they changed owners because I went there not long ago, and the 1 week I went, it was an Asian man, and then the next week I went, it was an Indian man. I was like, what did I miss here? You know, did he
go in the sun?
Shucks, I know it's summer, but yeah. Did he approach, was it him that approached you? Or?
I approached him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, big cheeky bastard there.
Yeah, mate, that's pretty.
Yeah.
And what, did you just walk up and go, hey,
how's it going?
Like, I can tell your shelves are full, which means business is bad, you know.
Oh, we went shopping and...
COVID's really crap.
Yeah.
Tried to get some nice produce from them, we were just like...
Yeah. No, that's how I noticed that it changed too.
Yeah.
Because of the quality.
The quality just went...
Yeah. So I remember when we were going 1 week, I was like, man.
The prices are still the same.
Yeah.
I was like, honestly, who is trying to sell this crap for that much?
That's right. Yeah. I remember I had to double back to the place, near the free shop that was near the KFC side.
Yeah.
But, so you just went up to him and asked?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a mean spot.
Yeah. We were thinking the same too. We're like, that's perfect.
If we start, after the mobile and then it goes Texas and it goes down.
So you're the first stop.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
All right, by the Mexican guys then.
Yeah. Man.
Can't wait.
Well, that's sweet. Because I work in Avondale.
Oh, sweet.
And it's on my way home.
There you
So,
go.
Yeah.
so I'll tell Tom, don't worry about ordering. I'm picking up on the way home.
Oh, yeah.
And you know my route from here.
Well, maybe it's
Through,
true then.
get the back way in,
Yeah,
all the way
that's
up past the
Yeah.
Trust Stadium,
Yeah,
the back
man.
all the way to the left,
Oh.
to the left. Oh,
Shucks, man.
Perfect.
You know, Trust Stadium's nice and close for you guys. You know, you're going to get that kind of big.
Do you guys have a bar there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're working on that, yeah.
I've already pictured it in my head.
Yeah.
Big screen TV?
Yeah.
This guy, he's thinking sports bar.
Playing the games and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man,
And games going on, music videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
last time I was in Hawaii was 4 years ago, 4 years ago, and I went to this place called Chili's, and it's like a Denny's, but it's also a sports bar. And honestly, that was the first year I fell in love with the NFL, because Hawaii is that crazy about NFL. And there was a game on, and that place Chili's was so packed because the game was on. I forgot I was playing. Oh, it was Denver. What the
Broncos.
Yes. Sinful's been there, and they sell the poppers there, the jalapeno poppers,
Yeah. That's the best. That's
Oh,
the best.
and then they've got that soda. I forgot what soda was.
He's one of our online mates too. He lives in Hawaii.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Chili's.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we got there. It was kind of empty. We sat down. Next minute, the game was on, and everyone just came in, all of their NFL jerseys, and they were Broncos fans, and the other team had their fans, because there's no NFL team in Hawaii, so everyone supports who they support. But the atmosphere was just amazing, eh? Just the game was on, everyone was drinking, having fun.
Yeah.
Like, man, what happened? Like, this is the middle of the day, and it's like, man, I was so hyped up, and and then when I came back home, I'm like, man, I'm watching NFL now. Like, I fell in love with NFL after that. It got me into it. It really got me into it. But I just remember that atmosphere. Like, everybody watching the game, drinking, having a good time.
Yeah.
Man, that was so cool. Man, I wish there was something like that here.
Yeah, that's what we want to do. Is
Like,
have that Friday, Saturday night spot.
Yeah.
Where people can just go chill and have something to eat, have something to drink.
Yeah, man, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking, man, I wish we had a place out west where we could go watch the Super Rugby.
Well, I think that's like if you think of Kingsland, they've got places like that.
Yeah.
But the prices are, and there's a certain kind of crowd that go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because on Friday and Saturdays we have happy hour, so our beers are $5, and so that's been going really well.
But the other thing is, what I noticed is that all the bars in Hawaii, no matter where you go to a sports bar, there's seats at the bar. They all got seats at the bar. You don't see that here.
Yeah.
Like if you go to Kingsland, you can't sit at the bar.
Yeah.
No.
But the bars actually, if it's a sports bar, the bar's actually catered to watch the game. So instead of a long bar, it's like a big square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and there's chairs rolling around the square,
Yeah.
TVs.
and the TV's in the middle.
Yeah.
So you can sit down, you can eat,
Yeah.
drink, watch the game, and everybody's watching the game.
Yeah.
And there's no like you've got to make way so you can pay for the drink. Nah. You pay over the person that's sitting there,
Yeah.
and you grab like that, and that's how it is.
True that.
And that's
Yeah.
how it is. I mean, I think, and that kind of, we don't have that kind of culture, that bar culture here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that because what it does, if you think about that program, Cheers.
Yeah.
It makes that kind of relationship between the people at the bar and the bartender as well.
Yeah.
Because you can't really, there's when you watch movies, there's always like the person in the bar talking to the bartender.
Yeah.
And if you're a bartender, there's always stories about I'm like a counselor, you know.
Yeah. When they come to the bar person for their problems and
Yeah. Like a barbershop. Like a bartender, the same as a guy that's cutting hair.
Yeah.
But the bartender and the haircut guy, it's not the same here.
Yeah.
So I think if we can have a place where we bring back that dynamic between the barber and the people drinking, or the people there, the patrons, and to have that atmosphere, like, because if you think about it, if you go to any like pub, right, you gotta go for a group, because if you go by yourself, you're just gonna be by yourself.
Yeah.
You can't even sit at the bar. You can't even talk to nobody, right? You gotta come with a group because there's tables where the group goes, and when you go to the table, you stay in your group.
Yeah.
You don't even mix with anyone. But I've noticed that over there, like, you know, their culture is about everyone socializing. That's what the bar's for. It's to socialize. It's to go meet people, like, you know, talk to people, and that. Show me a bar in New Zealand that you can do that. If you go there by yourself, you can't. Because there's nothing. Because that dynamic is gone.
Yeah.
But can it work here? Like, you know, you said, you know, you go and you talk to the barman and you tell them your problems. Have you noticed it's usually the same people that are there the whole time? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like if you go, these bars are just like a single bar. Everyone's just lined up next to each other. So do we, you know, do we have that kind of drinking culture here where you go in every day, you have 3 or 4 beers before you go home, or? Yeah,
but the problem is with how we do it here in New Zealand, with no seats at the bar and no socializing. It's created that culture. So if you want to change it, all of a sudden, it's going to take time for people to get used to that.
You hear that, like the risers and stuff with guys.
See, the risers are like that. Yeah.
You know, they've got that culture, but that's something we want to bring back. Is you know, come to a spot where you can just chill and you like even now our customers talk to us like we've known each other for years.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you know, just regulars coming in and.
Well, I hope we can change. Hopefully, these can be the lead for that. You know, the change, because I know that the cool thing is that people will follow you now. Yeah. So if you know, fingers crossed, you know, God willing, that place in Lincoln Road there.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
You know, that's prime. That's a prime spot there. Yeah. Hey, so you know the guy you went and asked him, does he actually own that building, or was he just?
He owns a business.
Oh, okay, but doesn't.
He doesn't own the lease.
Yeah. Oh man. Should I just start complaining about this business?
Yeah, no.
So the brother keeps, you know. Man.
You know, God's got a plan, and if our plan is going there, then we'll get it.
Yeah.
If not, we'll just stick with what we're doing. But yeah, which fun, it hasn't been fair on our customers having to park all the way up on the road and walk down. But you know, people still.
That's part of the experience.
We've had a wedding there a couple of weeks ago. A wedding reception.
A wedding reception.
Yeah.
At Epic.
Hey.
Yeah, it was cracker. It was like, you want it. Wait, sorry. You want it here?
Yeah,
and they're like, we're like, here, right here.
2 Pailanis.
Yeah.
One was Russian and the other one was Kiwi guy.
Yeah.
Man.
That's so cool.
No, but you know what? Because they know, like, it's not about, you know, Samoans, we know it's about the show.
Yeah.
Hey, but, you know, those people there about the experience, say, and the food, you know, and having everyone having a good time. But we've been to enough Samoan weddings, so it's all about the pizzazz and the lights and the,
So what's it looking like this Christmas for you guys? You guys busy? Gonna work right through? Or
so you're finishing the
21st, maybe, because we have our wedding anniversary on the 20th, and then we're just going to treat our staff to a Christmas party at work.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So, if you guys come down, bring a box of them.
Sounds good to me, man.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's a Sunday, eh?
Yeah.
I know, because our work function's on the 18th.
Oh, sweet.
I was like, so how many Fridays? So that's Friday 18th. Oh, yeah, sweet as.
Yeah. We're going to open up. Any customers want to come have a drink with us?
Man, that's an awesome way of getting people to just get to know you better. And I know that people are going to listen to this. They're going to really get a good insight into how you used to operate and how well you're doing.
So that's I rarely drink, but me and my boy Royce have planned to make a punch bowl and drink.
We were already like,
we
that's going to be interesting.
We don't like the flavour of alcohol, but you know, why not?
Well, that's the thing about punch. It's one of those sneaky
Yeah,
drinks,
it's like-
eh?
Where's he
warned him.
going?
I was like,
He's
man,
out the gate.
I told her, I was like, you better watch your man, and I already know he's gonna be like gone
Yeah.
because once he likes to drink and if it tastes good, there's no like something. It's skull and then another and then skull and then another and then Punk doesn't even get hungover like at all. Like he'll get completely like wasted and then the next day he's like fine and it's like what the hell?
It's only been twice.
Yeah.
Still worth being drunk.
I think like that what they say, like if you get into business and it's a business where there's a lot of people doing it, you gotta do something different,
Yeah.
And I think that's exactly what you guys are doing. Thank you for your food, man. Honestly,
cheers,
man,
thanks.
I'm gonna order again, man.
Well, thank you for your story, because I think the story only highlights how great your food is. And this is from me and Tama. This is from
Cheers,
Tama.
Tama.
You know, he was
Tama.
supposed to be a fact checker, but when I went into the room and Silly, that's us, and he was like, and I went, oh.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll let you pick. I know you're in your element, bro. He's like, oh yeah. And he goes, just tell them, do they have loyalty cards in there? Because I'm pretty sure I'll be up there. And I'm kind of a little laugh, but he goes, don't know me. I said, alright, all good. So
We know Tama.
yeah. It's
The
very.
name that comes up in the kitchen. Oh, was it Tama? Yes, Tama. Was it Winton? Yes, Winton.
Yeah. Nah, it's good. That's.
Okay, so just for our listeners, where can they find you and your socials and?
So you can find us. Physical address is Unit 4, number 6 Woodruff Ave in Henderson, off Henderson Valley Road. So behind Keeps Automotive. We're on the IG under Epic Eats _.
Epic_eats_NZ.
Yep, and we're on Facebook under Epic Gourmet NZ.
And you can find our full menu on epiceats.co.nz.
Yeah. Oh, and what about your gaming names? Because people are probably going to wonder about that too.
Epic Chef 86.
And I'm Twisted Minded.
Oh. Yeah, I think he's going to give him a lot of people questions. Awesome, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers, guys. Thank you for having us on.
having us in. It's, we'll greatly admire you guys' work and what you guys have done here. And it's for the 1 through 5, eh? So, yeah.
Right away, man.
Used to
LST2.
be Mackenzie Street.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. Ranui Hub.
Yeah, Ranui, that's it, man. Ranui's changed quite a bit, but it's still in there somewhere, you find it.
Appreciate it, guys, man.
Awesome,
Yeah,
thank you.
thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Cheers.